The following is rated TV MALSV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Just to help it, we just got the feeling. exterior. Only upper accountants are tables. Purple like flying for Prius. Tangible cows are among the window. Mental constipation, desire, no medication. Mental constipation, war sense of direction.
Do it for the Yeti, bitch.
For the Yeti.
Fuck that
oh God.
shit.
For the Yeti. Oh God. She gon' buzz it for the Yeti. Oh God. She gon' buzz it for the Yeti. Now do it for the Yeti. 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 She about to buzz it for the Yeti. She about to buzz it for the Yeti. It's time. She about to buzz it for the Yeti. It's time. She about to buzz it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti. Oh God. Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti. Oh God. Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti. Oh yeah. Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti. Oh God. Yeti, 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 Yeti. She gon' buzz it for the Yeti. Yeti, 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 Yeti. She gon' do it for the Yeti. Yeti, 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 Yeti. Do it for the skinny girl. Do it for the girl. Do it for the skinny girl. Do it for the girl. Do it for the skinny girl. Do it for the girl. Do it for the girl. Do it for the skinny girl. Do it for the skinny girl.
I see the motherfucking titties on the Yeti. Okay, nipple rings, I don't think they ready. Getting ready with a passion. No waiting, no relaxing, I'm asking. Baby, don't crab like Sebastian, I'm laughing. That ass in the class that she passing. That ass in my class that my ass never asked. Mackin', they say my dog fresh, make it happen. At a bed, lose the panties, subtraction. On the Yeti with Charlie and Beamer. She wanna ride the wing, I just look at her demeanor. Damn, who the fuck is that? She a teaser. Do she live in the city, nigga? I ain't never seen her. Yeah, I like it when they bust it wide open. For real. But I love it when I'm deep inside stroking. I'm scrolling, trying to find where the hoes at. You might see him on the Yeti, nigga, while I'm rolling.
Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti.
Are you a digital wrestler? Are you struggling mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? Well, there's a place where you can turn all that around. Founded by myself, your bully Blaze McCoy and Ripper Springheel many years ago, The Madness Asylum has assisted in many career transformations. Those like Drum Monkey, Wally, Blade Charge, That Outlaw, Andy Price, Shifty, Mark Caliber, Bonedawg, Atticus Black, Brooklyn Joker, Krushing Kelly Black, Hot Cheese, and even the Goddess of Pain. Modifications will be made to help rehabilitate, refocus, renovate, rejuvenate, and resurrect your wrestling career. Anyone can be M.A.D, but only a few can be Madness Asylum disciples. Welcome to the Madness Asylum, everyone. It's your boy Blaze McCoy. What is happening, everyone? Great to see you. We're live. Well, I got to represent my McRib. And I'm going to bring on some guests. We got so much to talk about, and it's hitting me right in the heartstrings right now. Whoo, to have such a great, great community. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and all that good stuff. I have a friend I want to bring on first really quick while I can. There's only one way to introduce him, though, and I have to do it this way.
The following entrance is brought to you by Midnight Hobo,
Oh, yeah.
the world's most dangerous liquor. SSSSHHHIIIFFTTTTYYYY Shifty.
From Columbus, Ohio, 7 foot tall, weighing 350 pounds. He's the drunken dragon. Wow! It's famous Shifty. Oh, he's our tie-dyed mofo with the rainbow afro, singing at Midnight Hobo. Come on, get up, get down with the clown. It's Shifty. Everybody welcome Shifty. Oh,
and ironically, I'm wearing my Shifty Dance shirt.
How you doing, brother? Great to have you on.
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for having me.
Have you on your break at work, stopping in? We're going to touch base on this throughout, how much this means to me to do this.
Pull it together, Blaze. Seriously.
and be able to bring people together. That was the whole idea behind this. You know how the past was dark, Shifty, and you were there for me. And everyone in this community was here for me. There's no shame in my game. I get emotional because it means so much to me. And I just want to help people. I know you and me got big hearts.
Right there, brother. Right there. I'm so glad I could be here for this.
Me too.
I really wanted to be, even though I knew I had to work. I wanted to be here because, you're my brother, Blaze. I've already said it. I've told you that many times before. Personally, professionally, you are the guy that I aspire to be like. And you know that. I told you that many times over. This man right here done so much for me. He's done so much for this community altogether that I'm so glad we could be here to celebrate him, to celebrate this milestone. I mean, this is huge, dude. Seriously. Yeah,
the end of the month of December is LTD 1000. Or 1000 show at the end of the month. It's
1,000. Do people not even realize how many shows that actually is? I mean, that's years of actual work, hard work that he's put into this show. I mean, I don't put myself on camera very often because, I'm me.
But you're a sexy beast, man. You're going to turn too many women on, and Candy will be mad. That's why, right?
You want sexy beast? You want sexy beast? I'll give you sexy beast. I'll give you the hair. The hair. There you go. Now you got the sexy beast.
Hey, I'll shave my hair, too. Oh, man.
I'm sorry. I'm looking real close. Where is it?
It's here. It's here.
It's right. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yes. Yeah. There you go.
So, I mean, we're going to talk about things that help me get through this and things that how I run my show that works out. And hopefully I can help other people. I mean, you and many others in the chat have run your own stuff, and it's not easy to get people in, help keep people in. and I'm going to talk about my process. Chance and I had that conversation, the CAW conversation, and I like to say digital wrestling, but I want to help people. I mean, I'd never to tell anyone how to do anything, but we're going to go over that. We're going to review stuff. Man, and I needed you here to start out, Shifty. I had this whole spiel ready. I had the dark hood to come on. Welcome to the Madness Asylum. Reveal the rib shirt later, but nah, I couldn't do it. These fucking lights are bright as hell, too. But I appreciate it. I know you got to get to work.
Yeah, I do.
This is
but I wanted to make sure that I just stop in here and make sure that I commented, because I don't get to get here as often as I like anymore. And I'm always watching the replay, so I'm always keeping up on what's going on. By the way, G6 champ right here. Brother, I've been looking for that title for many years in this company, because I want to be a true Grand Slam champion. I'm a singles Grand Slam champion. I want the rest of those championships at least one time. I want to get the tag team championships as well. I'm, because I consider this company to be the best digital wrestling company out there, my personal opinion. And that's why, since I'm not going anywhere, I want to hold every championship in here that I can hold, because if I hold it here, I know I'm going up against the best in this, in the community out there. And, I face guys all the time, I lose, I win. It doesn't really matter. I just have fun, and that's what it's all about. Now, I wish I could stay longer. I have to go, though. So I just want to say, Blaised, you got much love to you. Much love to everybody in the community. I love y'all, seriously. Please, I will be trying to start up Platinum Dragon Studios channel again after the first of the year. So just keep an eye out for that, and I will see you guys all later.
Thank you, Shifty. Oh, man, that's the way I wanted to start this show out. I want to thank you all, Drum. We just played your theme song. That's Drum Monkey playing the drums on the song as well. But as much as I appreciate the accolades and all the kind words, this is more about you guys than it is about me. People like the House of X, all those that I've interviewed, people like Kelly, my love, sweetheart, you're amazing. Talk about consistently streaming. She's awesome. Jake, as much as I give you shit, we've been, busting each other's balls for 6 years now. People new to the community, but not new to the industry. Those like Triple Beat also joining the show. My heart misses you, Taker. So many people that have been with me along the way. But I tend to ramble way too much on these shows. I want them to be an hour, and they end up being 2 hours, but it's all good. If I can help one person today, that's what I'm here to do. Philly Halftime's in the building. Yes, I actually have a pizza here, but we'll talk about the pizza later and how it's tied into this man, Neo Extreme Gaming. We will look at the website. We're going to look at a whole bunch of shit, guys. I have a special video I want to play for everybody. I want to thank Gregory Blakely, Dragonheart, for bringing this up to me. We're going to get into our conversation. I've waffled enough. I played videos just to give 10, 15 minutes for people to stop in, pop in. And if you're going to share any of my streams, if you have friends that run companies or they're in digital wrestling or Efed or call, whatever you want to call it, this is the show to share. Click that share button, wherever the hell it is. Let people know, hey, we're coming in to talk shop. So I want to share this little video. It sums up a lot of what we do in a 30-second video. I want to thank NXW for doing this and how much I appreciate them. They've been in my streams, and I want to share everything I can with you guys. Mitch knows more than anybody right now. I got all your backs. I am the one of the nicest guys. Hey, I'm on the TV. Hey, what's up, Chuck? Yeah, I said up, Chuck. Thank you, Leo. I'm crying a little bit because I'm emotional in a good way, but hey, I don't mind sharing emotion. I tend to be humble. I try to be as nice as I can. Radio Rex is the asshole when it comes down to it. I can be your best friend, but if you cross me, I can be your worst fucking enemy. And I'm dead serious. I don't bring that out here, but to those that I love, those that are by my side, I will defend you as much as I can because this is what I do. I say it all the time. You never know what someone's going through or what they've gone through. We all have our demons. We all have our crosses to bear. Everyone deals with issues out there. I welcome everyone. I welcome everyone, no matter what. So we're going to go over a couple rules, unwritten rules, things that we do. If you're in the green room, I will get to you. Patience. I want to get to as many people as I can just to get some quick words. We're 20 minutes in already, and I said I'd start it in 10 minutes. Hey, I'm on the TV again. I got to get my face off of here and get the screen up soon. So let me share a little something that NXW calls his CAW. Call. I always say I joke about it. Caw is not who we are. CAW, create a wrestler, is what we do. We are digital wrestlers. We are here in fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons world land. But I want you guys to understand it's only a game.
Many creators put many hours into their cause in hopes of attaining glory. However, things do tend to go wrong. Broken AIs, delayed ref counts, losing a match. All of these can lead to drama, which can spread faster than a corrupt ref's 3 count. But no matter what type of Efed you're in, no matter what the result is, always remember, it's just a video game.
I'm going to sit here and talk about it for like a half an hour. But doesn't that sum it up to you guys? Real quick, I want to bring someone on who reminds me of this every once in a while. It's just a game. Have fun. We hate each other. We dig into each other. But real quick, I got to bring on my man, Jake Bagwell. What's up, my brother?
Hello, brother. How's it going?
I'm trying to get through it. I'm getting by. Good.
Blaised, we dig into each other and we have back and forth. But you know what? It's been blessed the last 6 years.
Hell yeah.
I mean, we've had a hell of a ride.
Yeah. And for whatever reason that people are able to be on here a lot, I love each and every one of you guys I always say you guys can be anywhere, but you're here with me, catching replays or in the live streams or whatever, man. So I just want to tell you that I appreciate you, man.
But I want to tell you now, Blaised, this retirement is going to stick this time.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm not going to pull a Terry Funk and retire 27 times.
I appreciate you, Jake. Thank you so much for coming on, bro.
But, I want to say that because of you and a few others, y'all helped me develop a character that I can never imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, Jake is just not my character. It's a combination of the community.
Yes, sir.
Everybody has made a part of me who my character is. Some good, some bad.
Yeah. And I mean, you're a good example, too, of someone who can take the bullshit, can take the talk and dish it back and just have fun with it regardless, win or lose. And I appreciate that.
Well, a long time ago, back before that other federation that we was in, I had to learn to get a thick skin there.
Same.
And more than Nightwalker set me down and said, hey, whatever they say to you, you gotta stick with it. You gotta fire it back.
Hell yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, you gotta fire it back.
You're a shining example, bro, and I'm glad you're still hanging with us as long as you can.
But Jake ain't done yet. He's got a few months. He's still chasing that Grand Slam.
All right, you son of a bitch, get the fuck off my show before I tell you really how I feel about you.
You know who's the man around here, really. And I need that shot at that internet title, son of a bitch.
All right, brother. I'll check you out. Thanks for being on the show, Jake.
Later, brother.
Hey, that's a shining example of someone who takes a lot of ridicule in his character and always shoots it right back. And a big shout out to you, my friend. Whatever, Mitch, you little troll. We'll talk about Orange Cassidy, your favorite wrestler. Yeah, and it's true. It's just a game. We do stories. That's all they are. Some people get so far into character, it's hard to tell. So let's get down to business. I'm going to talk way too much. Conversation, a CAW, whether you call it CAW, whether you call it digital wrestling, whether you call it Efeds. I researched it for about 8 months before I decided to do it. I knew I could be good at it, but I was very nervous. And anything I do, I want to try to do my best with it. There we go. Odds. That is what we're talking about. You know I love giving Blaze raids, but Odds just had a phenomenal show earlier. I was watching it while I was getting ready, and I appreciate you. Unlock Heart, Triple Beat, everybody coming over from Odd Show. Thank you. What an epic show that was. Definitely check it out. No! Get out of here, Nightmare. So I want to talk about what I've done. All right, time to put the hat on backwards and get to business here. Let's talk about group chat. Oh, no, those lights are way too bright. Let's go. Let's talk about group chats. Monstar, another one. Shifty, we talked to. Jake, we talked to. I'm going to bring on a couple other people that have been with me since day one, but I'm trying to keep this somewhat short. Young Samurai, we're going to talk about your boy Danny Wells, and we will be picking the opponent for Andy Price tonight. He is in the green room. We're going to bring him on whenever I tell you how we're going to do it. And Atticus with a panty raid. All right. So let's talk about group chats. I watched other people's group chats, and I want to set the record straight. I've done it before, and for those who haven't heard it, this is why I've limited my group chats. You guys put hard work into your promos, into your back and forth with characters, and some people watch the show after the weekend. Some people, jobs, families, kids, all that good stuff. So what happened was a lot of people's hard work was getting lost in the Skype chat, and stuff like that. So I thought I need to come up with a better way. So once we got into Twitter, or X now, we always had the reunion page. I was not discouraging in-character work. But once again, you got to watch, because if you guys start doing things that I'm not aware of, it may mess up a story I have planned. So number one is respect the Fed owner would be rule. That's probably one of the first things. So I have these open chat group chats in Skype, in Twitter, and in Facebook that I want to be just my information so you guys can see it. All right. Does that mean you shouldn't role play or talk your character? Hell no. Send it out on a post on X. Send it out in the reunion page. And I said for these shows, send me a written promo. Send me a live audio promo, video promo. I'll read a written promo on this show. This Get Blaised talk show is when you have a chance to be in character or out of character if you want. So I do not want to discourage involvement. The main thing is the live chat, but everyone can't make the live shows. Like I said, I understand. I've never required you guys to be in all the live chats. It does help because you know what's going on. It is not Twitter. It's X, you dick. Yes, I am representing the McRib, and we got a special pizza order that I'm going to enjoy here for a reason in just a little bit. So the group chats are there. I recently, in the Facebook reunion page, opened a messenger open chat. Chat whatever you want there. I'd like to tell people if you're going to join that chat, you're going to want to mute it because people can send messages at any time of the day. Plus, we have people all over the world. Neo, Andy, Korey, Australia, New Zealand, England, all over the UK, Canada. So, well, Canada time, most of the Canada time is about the same. But I just want you guys to know, I do not discourage chat and promos and stuff like that. If you got an idea for an angle, if you got an idea for attacking someone or whatever, my DMs are always open. Get your mind out of the gutter. My DMs are always open. Now, I have a few unwritten rules, which I've mentioned before. I've also learned that if you put all your rules right on your YouTube page, what do you think a fucking troll's going to do? They're going to go right after your rules. So we don't talk religion. We don't talk politics. No rape, no murder, no physical or personal attacks. And that keeps a lot of stuff out of here. And we'll get to that here in a minute. The second point of business here that I want to talk about is my roster process. I saw a lot of companies just hiring people willy-nilly right off the chat, and then they had to deal with when's my match? When's my match? When's this, that, and don't know how to run the show, and it sucks. Oh no, Gav is here. We'll get to you in a bit. So the roster process I figured I'd use from my old career. There's an application you got to fill out first. And a lot of people, that's the weeding out process. If you don't have time to sit down and fill out info about your character, this isn't the place for you. And that's fine. There's a million places to go that'll just let you in and you can have fun. So plus I want more about your character. Each character, as most of you guys know, gets a card that has your name, where you're from, your moves are, your nickname, and all that stuff. My memory sucks. I'm old. So that also helps. I'll use Triple Beat as an example. He has the California Kid. I wanted more to it. I wanted a real name and more to the character, and he's phenomenal with character work. So he came up with Kelly Maverick's a surfer name. That added such a different dimension to him. Big shout out to Sarah in the chat. I got to stop the show right now and tell you guys about Denise, Cherry, and Sarah on the network, the Hardcore Sports Network. Make sure you guys are subscribed. And if you're not, that's fine too. Subscribe. We have a new show on there with three ladies and their opinions on wrestling. Now, we got some strong opinionated ladies in this roster, and I appreciate and love each one of you. And a lot of people like to blur the lines when they're in and out of character too. We'll talk about that. But the Queens of the Ring is a monthly show on the Hardcore Sports Network where, like we do Wrestle Sense with me and the boys, it's a ladies' perspective on AEW, WWE, the history, and etc. And some of these girls go way back. So I had to redo this because of a copyright song, but make sure you subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network for the Queens of the Ring. Big shout out, Cherry, Sarah, Denise. They are awesome. And they have very similar feel to the Wrestle Sense podcast. Just talking about their experiences, who they like, and they respect people's opinions. They are phenomenal. So make sure you guys check out the Hardcore Sports Network and subscribe. They're going to do that once a month. And no problem, Sarah. Naughty Blaze is what they like to call me. And those here that know me know I've been naughty. Yeah, so make sure you guys check out the ladies. They'll be doing their thing. And screw you, Mitch. I made a joke all out of love. Earl Cole, shout out to Earl Cole, does watch-alongs with those three ladies too. So I used to call it Earl and the Girls, right? So when Mitch is the producer behind the scene, I called it Mitch and the Bitches. And it's all out of love. Gav, just subscribe and you'll see the notifications. Mitch, when is the next one? Let us know in the chat. I think they have it. Go watch the last one. You'll get to know the three ladies and their history. And Cherry struck me right here when she was talking about WCW back in the day. She was going to the shows in North Carolina. She's a Crockett girl. I'm a Crockett boy. So she got me. So definitely check them out. They are amazing. So thank you, Sarah, for popping in. I appreciate that. So we're going to get back to the Efed stuff. And I have a lot. Monstar, do you see this? You don't have to read between the lines. This is just for you, Monstar. I'm snooty, snotty Blaze right now. Queens of the Ring, December 12th is the next one. But make sure you guys go check the last one as well. They just had a great show. So I have a roster process for people who want to fulfill their fantasy. I call it Dungeons and Dragons type wrestling. You guys helped the story and create it. Yeah, Mitch, you're a little slow. You're a little late. We understand. It took you a while to get that up there. Sarah beat you to it. So my roster process really gets into character. I like to give you guys as many resources as I can. I go to different feds, and no one runs a fed wrong. Everyone does it the way they want to. So I'm not knocking anyone. I got tons of respect for everyone, how they do it. But if you go to the website, you know who the champs are. You know who used to be the champs. You know the whole history of LTD and where it started. You know the rosters. We'll go over those in a second. And you know the match cards. So you don't have people popping in chat all the time. When's my match? Where do I fight? I just say, go check out the website. And I've been saying bookmark that bitch for about as long as I've been streaming. It's a Wix website. It's only one page mainly. Plus, we have the digital wrestling cards as your... So everyone has their own digital card. I got 15 more to do for those that join this year. But your roster page is a collector card of your character. I love that. If I'm a card collector. So I love that shit. So I want to give you guys as much resources as I can. And the roster process is there as well. The roster process is there for many reasons. Am I here to tell you guys this is the only way to run your channel and your show? Hell no. I would never do that. If you guys know who I am, I want to share best practices. I want to learn from other people. I always do. I always learn from you guys, watching your live chats, etc., etc. All right. So I have a roster process for a reason. And you know what it helps me avoid? It's the next one. My bad. I'm already ahead of myself. Match formats really quickly. 2K is a very challenging game. We don't use it for the way it's actually made to be used. We twist and turn this game to make it into an Efed. There's many matches we cannot use unless you want an hour tag team match. There's many things that the AI will do, go outside the ring and never come back. And certain people, like my man Triple Beat, thank you for all the work you do, found a count out 5 helps. So it does. We have great matches, but you have to have stipulations. Run your show how you want. Find the matches that you like. You guys will notice not too many ladder matches, not too many Hell in a Cell matches in LTD. Some people don't like that. I don't prefer those matches. They're not fun to call as a commentator. But if we can find a workaround to make that match better, we're going to do it. Traditional Survivor Series matches. Man, those, I ran tests on the normal basic 4 versus 4. One match took 10 minutes and 26 seconds. The next one took 1 hour and 24 minutes. So I put knockout on, elimination on, falls count anywhere on, and 5 count out. I got 4-on-4 Survivor Series matches between 15 and 20 minutes. And I can't pat myself on the back. It's because you guys do a lot of work too. And I put it all together to do what I can do to bring you guys the best product I can. So I thank you. I thank all you guys. So, and gals, not to discriminate. Even though this was just a male company for a while, Susie the Elf and EXW was the women's team for the first year or two, was all women. We were all men. So I had the Blaze Bears where I tried to coddle the ladies and give them bears from Blaze. They loved that shit. We did, what was it? Valet Wednesday. Oh, I feel horrible about that now because the women were only valets. And if the men they were valet and won, they got to be in a battle royal at the end of the show. So that was just my way of working in the women. And then next thing you know, the Battle Queen division was born. And to a lot of people, that's the best part on this show and this channel. And I tend to agree to a lot of extent. We have a lot of, I say, strong personalities out in the women's division as well. And I like that. But they also respect each other. To have 80 to 90 people on a roster, you bet your fucking ass there's going to be people that don't like each other. But I thank you for coming onto the show, regardless if you have a real life or in character problem with someone on the roster. Let me know in DMs. I'll try my best to make sure you don't fight them or have a match. And it's happened many times.
but I want to involve as many. There's collateral damage by having 80 to 100 people in your roster. You know, a lot of multi-man matches, a lot of tournaments and stuff. But the main goal in the combat kingdom of LTD, which is pre-apocalyptic, it's future. It's not post-apocalyptic like Pete Wall's his channel. It's after the apocalypse, and you know, it's desolation everywhere. I love it, and Pete's phenomenal at what he does. He's the reason I'm even here, because I saw him doing Efeds in 2017. But the combat kingdom is supposed to be a place where, formerly known as Earth, after 3 almost apocalypses, there's only 1/3 of the population left. The gladiators of the combat kingdom are that. Think old gladiator times. We decide who rules, who has the power, etc., by fighting in the ring. But I love the banter and the talk, and everyone's making fun of me because I'm crying and hanky this, hanky that, hanky panky, all that shit. I welcome it. Bring it on. And I always say, I got a big nose, big ears, bald head. It's been made fun of a million times. And like Jake said, I've had to get really thick skin to do what I do here. It took a while. Was never supposed to be on camera. Radio was for a reason. Blaised radio, because people start saying, you got a radio voice. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do a radio show. I want you to watch the matches, not me. That's why my picture's not up in the corner or the bottom when I stream. Nothing against people who do that. I want the focus to be on the show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so rude of them, Monstar. You dick. There's something in the chat I haven't seen yet, and I'm really surprised no one's dropped one yet, but I'm sure it'll start and then never stop. We'll get to that. But match formats. You got to find what matches you want to have, organize your roster however you want. And these 3 things that I've done, now I can get to it. Help me avoid these 2 things. Toxicity and drama. It's everywhere. It's in a lot of places. I can't stand it. When that shit comes out, you get heel Blaze. You get the one that's ready to fucking fight someone for you instead of your best friend. And I want to be everyone's best friend. You guys can be pissed off at Radio Rex. No, he's not here tonight. Thank God. Yes. Here comes. I knew. See, all I had to do is throw like a clue on what it was. Another shout out to Triple Beat, and the dad jokes have been phenomenal. For people that go around and say, "Caw is nothing but toxic, too much drama in the community," you're probably in the wrong companies. Or maybe the person running the show has never tried these things. And that's all I ask. I'm never telling anyone how to run their show. I got tons of respect for those who record their show and produce it. And then that's so much work. I'm a live streamer. I found my niche. I am a live streamer who wants to engage in the chat as much as possible. Yeah, that's what, yeah, there you go. It's way before this company's way before the Wasteland. Yeah, Blame Gab is now trending worldwide as well because of Rex. And of course, dad jokes. If you guys like dad jokes, they're corny, they're stupid, they're silly. That's what we do around here. Dad joke. There's 2 types of people in this world. People who can extrapolate and incomplete. Huh? I guess you got to know what extrapolate means to get that. I'm not Googling or looking at it. I'm sure it's funny and stupid at the same time. What grinds my gears would be someone going after someone in a chat who can't take the heat from someone who gives it back. Exactly. There's a fine line between in and out of character. If you're someone who knows something out of character about someone and wants to use it in character, let me just tell you, in my opinion, you're a piece of shit. You don't know how to play this game right. It's a game. Just like NXW's video earlier that I showed, things can happen. You lose a lot. Slow counts, etc., etc. AI messes up. It's just a video game. I remember when we were having some drama on this channel, which I'm not saying we never had drama here. And my man Judgment, of all people, popped in and said, "Are you guys arguing over computer video game figures again in cartoons?" And I said, God, he just brought everyone right down to earth and like, yep, guess we're being stupid. Thank you, Judgment, for doing that. And I'll never forget that. First one after the first 100. I don't know. Speaking of 100, that's another thing. Whether you set all your wrestlers at 100 or vary it 90s, 80s, whatever, however you want to set up your company, it's fine. I found out through research and a lot of work, since I believe it was 22 that started the AI tendency attributes as well as the AI attributes. It might have been 20, but no one fucking played 20. But the AI attributes that we have here in LTD, all at 100, I found out, and through a couple people who have broadcasted it, if you have those all at 100, it automatically defers to the AI tendency attributes for that character, which are more in depth, in my opinion. You can make sure someone doesn't jump off the top rope. You can make sure that they're not picking up 800 pounders and stuff. Like, you can kind of control. AI is still going to screw up. But I found a lot of success in 100 AI attributes, but tendencies move your character however you want. Now, if your tendencies are all at 100, then you got all the problems that we found earlier. So, yes, a lot of taunts. You can control some of it, but you can't control all of it. Jamar's there. But the idea is to try to make the game twist and turn any way you can to make it work for you. And avoid toxicity and drama. I guess I should pat myself on the back, and I thank every fucking single one of you that we don't have that shit here in LTD, because I do a lot of this stuff. 22 with sliders at 0. Yes. I remember someone putting that video out there like, this is going to sound stupid. This is going to sound crazy. And if you don't like it, don't do it. But the game sliders all at 0. What? What the fuck would you do that for? Stats at 100, and it worked for some reason. Once again, we're not playing the game. We're letting the AI take over, and the AI is not made for what we do. Mark my words. I've been saying this for 5 years. There will be a game someday that caters to Efeds and Caw. Not yet. We still got to work around. I got to keep it moving. It'll be a 2-hour get blazed, and then we'll go to the show, I'm sure. I want to get to all, and I've been talking about this throughout the night, company diversity. Whether you record the show or whether you go live, I think the one thing I would preach is chat engagement. Engaging with your chat is huge. I've seen people, and I try to support, as you guys know, I support as many channels as I can, that never engage their chat. And if that's their shtick, some people want it to be like I want mine to be as close to a TV show as I can. But if I ignore the chat, I'm ignoring the roster, the ability to start a story. How many stories have started in my live chat? How many character development has started in my live chat? So I don't discourage it, but I welcome any type of company. Create your company. Do however you want, but don't be afraid to go outside the box. Watch some of the different stuff, and pick and choose what you like. You never know when you're going to see a company be like, holy shit, I want to do that. I want to have fun with that. A lot of people go on Twitch. Twitch is fun. A lot of cool shit. Go see Triple Beat shows on Twitch. They're fucking hilarious. What I don't like about Twitch is 2 things. If you jump out of the chat and come back, the chat's gone. So you can't scroll up and see what people said, et cetera, et cetera. And for a lot of people in this community, they join the show late. They can't rewind. Go back, watch your match, and come back. I mean, when it's done, you can, but those 2 things are the only drawbacks I have from Twitch is for gamers. And I've said it a million times. I'm not a gamer. I'm a commentator. I'd like to think I'm an entertainer. That's up to you guys, whether I entertain or not. Blaised, getting me to sing, make a fool out of myself. That's fun. We're going to get to the pizza war games here in a minute. Definitely keep the thumbs up coming. I haven't really double checked who's hitting the thumbs up. I know there's some glitches. We got 22 thumbs. You guys are awesome. See, I don't preach it that much. I'm not, I know if I pushed from the beginning, I honestly think in this, if you want to call this conceited or egotistical or whatever, go for it. I don't care. If I would have pushed since the beginning, I think I'd be well over 10,000 subscribers. I don't care. I don't want that. I think subscriber number 1,214 is just as important as number 1,000 or number 1,500. You'll see a lot of streams that are going, I just hit 1,500 on the road to 1,600. And that's the game. I get it. But you know what's even better? Organic growth that you don't push or beg for. People just come in and like your product. Now, granted, I'm going to keep on double-sided coin here. You got to promote. You got to remind. I forget to hit the like button on people's streams that I love. It just happens. So I guess, and there's one more last thing here on the conversation. I'm going to bring a couple people on to share their idea too. And I say it all the time. I want to put unity back into the community. Corny as it sounds, it's exactly what I'm doing. I'm proving people wrong. I was told by a couple different people, you can't have that many people in your Fed. It'll backfire. You can't have all these people that don't like each other in the same company. It'll never work. Guess what? 6 years later, almost over 1,000 shows if you count FAW. Still going strong, fuckers. Sorry, you were wrong. And one thing about me that I don't really preach is I love proving people wrong. You know, there's nothing like someone doubting you to get you to step out of your comfort zone and prove people wrong. I'm here all the time for a reason. A lot of us are, whether we're homebound, physically, mentally disabled, whatever you have that you deal with. There's life here on YouTube in a positive way. And it's a saving grace for a lot of people. I would never shit on it. I would never personally attack someone. I've seen it happen, and it's disgusting to me for someone to attack someone for how they look, how they talk, how they act. I have a tick in my shoulder. I was always worried about that because I have bad discs in my neck and shoulder and back. No discs in my shoulder, but so I was always worried my shoulder's going to start popping around. I'm going to look like a freak online, but I don't care anymore. I want to be a shining example of people to not care about what they go through. Find a way to get yourself out there if you want and have fun with it. So these are 6 things in the conversation, and shout out to Chance Harper, who started this on Twitter Spaces and here on YouTube. And he told me, and I'm going to hold him to it, wherever you are, Grinder Gang, Chance, that he's about to come back to the community and do more streams and do conversations with me again. And as much as I hate because we are digital wrestlers. That's like calling a football player pass it, kick it, run it guy. But I love digital wrestling. I love digital wrestling. And yeah, don't worry about whether, you know, and I always say it too, whether you're streaming to 1 person or 100, give the same energy. If you're doing a good job, if you're funny, entertaining, silly, or whatever, the fans will come. Find a community. Come to my community. I'll help you if you need help. And old Blaze would never say that. I'm here to tell you. My DMs are always open. I said that at the beginning. I'll say it all the time. If you need help, assistance, or just a kind word. Life's too short. You never know when one of us are not going to... I'm going to start crying again. We've already lost people in this community. We're going to lose more. Celebrate the people you love and you enjoy while they're alive. If I talk about that too much, I will get emotional because we've lost some amazing people in this community. And we will lose more. We're no spring chickens. I'm 50. We're all going to get older and older, and we're going to memorialize more people with their wrestlers. Even when they die, their characters will carry on. That's the beauty of this. If, heaven forbid, if I would pass away, 1,000 shows and 6 years of content, hopefully people can go back and click and see. Jeffy T from the Hardcore Sports Network, one of the best YouTubers I've ever seen. One of the most hard-working sports content creators ever. Passed away earlier this year in his 30s. Scrolling through YouTube shorts, he pops up. Still alive. He makes me want to be better every day. I can go through others. Jack Bayou, Tyler Black. There's several that we lost. And I want you all to know that I love you. I say it all the time. Same thing. Sean is the same way. Monstar is the same way. And he, just like Shifty, Mrs. U-Taker, and some others, have always been there for me. So as much as I can't wait to get to the surprises later when it comes to actual LTD, and there's some fun shit we're going to do. Right after this conversation, we're going to play Wrestling Roulette. I'm going to reward you stuff. We got to pick Andy's partner. We have to look at all the new arenas. I love the new arenas. Big shout out to Mrs. U for helping me out. I finally figured out why my uploader wasn't working. This is embarrassing. A while back, I started a second PlayStation account, Blaised Radio. My original one's Blaised McCoy. And I've used the uploader for 5 years to get my logos up there. I was logged into Blaised Radio, not Blaised McCoy. And if you ever use the uploader, when you click on login, a lot of times it doesn't give you a choice to put your info in. It just logs you in. So I was like emailing fucking 2K and trying to find, I was like, it doesn't work. Now my upload in the game doesn't work. That's a whole nother story. So thank you, Mrs. U-Taker. I've been sending her images and she's been uploading them for me for 2 months. That's what the community's all about, man. Are you kidding me? Tiny.
Yes. No. Y'all, I'm going to make him cry. And I'm going to cry when I make him cry. He talks about community. He talks about being there for you. Until he's actually there for you, you don't know.
Hold on. Before you go, I got to say, there has been, and I'm not naming names, there's been a few people on here that's tried to ruin my reputation by saying things about me that weren't true. Telling other people I'm this, I'm that, I'm fake, I'm that, I'm this. Judge for yourself. And to those fuckers, I'm still going. And I still love you, whoever you are. All right, go ahead. I had a little rant.
I know, and he's perfectly right. And I'll tell you why. He was a fan of my real life son, who is a call in DWS now, Max Blaylock. He was an actual wrestler. And he took a chance on bringing Max into Lit. And because he was a good friend, a big fan of Max out of character, he's like, you know what? Let's do this. He was the first one to reach out to him when some things happened in his real life career that he stepped away and he no longer wrestles. He was one of the first ones, y'all, to reach out to him and say, you know what? You were the better man. Don't think anything less of you. What you did in the ring will speak for yourself. He, in character, out of character, when he was in the show, when I was in the character and I was doing something and it seemed a sort of similar kind of offish, he was the first one in my DMs going, Tiny, you good? And there would be a 2-hour conversation that I would start to cry in and then laugh in. I will say, you like to thank us. No, I'm going to say, I thank you. Not only have you built Mrs. U into something that she was in your company. Now, when I first started in LTD, I was just watching. Remember, there were no women here. And he wanted to bring women in, so he brought me in as a valet. And I thank Cassie for this because it was Cassie that brought me in.
Yeah.
He took a chance at me as a valet. And then because of that, he brought Mr. U in to debut as a surprise for Eternity. And Mark just lit up the chat like no man's business. But it was because he took the chance with me and brought me in that I love him for. And I wouldn't be the Mrs. U, the Tiny, unless he was there. I am the showrunner because he was there. Pete was there, but he was there. He was there with suggestions. He was there to say, hey, you know what? I see it. I love it. And I'm like, but I see what you're doing. And he goes, okay, incorporate that. I was just as, I don't know, hesitant about going on live. And he showed me that, yes, I can. And because he said that, I'm show running HGW.
Yeah.
So
hey, I remember when
you
you did that promo on camera too, which was spooky. It was just like your character. It was phenomenal. And I never, like I just said, whether you're on camera or off or not, I've always welcomed everybody. And the one thing that behind the scenes, pulling the curtain back just a little bit, there is a Mr. U Taker.
Yes.
But there's a Mrs. U Taker.
Yes.
And Mrs. U Taker would kind of control, do promos and stuff for Mr. U as well.
Yes.
So there came a time where it was tough for me to say, hey, you got to choose one. And that's for a reason, because I wanted to include as many people as I could.
Yes.
Now, we're still honoring Mr. U as one of the legends in the Great Hall, and we'll talk about that later too. But Tiny has been behind the scenes, one of my mods, one of my lifelong friends, and et cetera. And, same thing with Mord. I will definitely put him on there. And me and Mord we said this before on the show before. We were at odds. We were at differences. Odds pun out there. And that's the one thing. There's been a lot of you guys that I've had to have tough conversations with sometimes. My Tiny! But it's such a beautiful thing. And we've gotten through all the doubt, all the doubters and stuff. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know too many people that have done 2 or 3 shows every week for 6 years.
No.
I mean, this is starting to get really awkward for me because I don't want it to be about me, but I just want to show you it's possible. I took about a month off when I was sick a couple years ago, right before COVID. And man, can I tell you, people like you, Shifty, Sean, were there for me. I wouldn't have come back if it wasn't because if I didn't have you guys, I wouldn't have came back.
And I will say the same thing for you, Blaze. There was that dark time. And you were there and you showed me that, Tiny needs to be here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. So I love you right back.
Yeah. And a lot of times you guys got to know, if you see Mrs. U Taker in the chat, she can get way into character. She's not a bitch. She's not a mean person. She can be in character. Great. But you blur the line sometimes so good that people are like, I've never gotten any DMs, so let's not draw a conclusion saying how Mrs. U Taker's mean or whatever. But a lot of times in the chat, we have to say, that's just Tiny being Tiny. Relax. Gregory Blakely, God bless him. Dragonheart gets so into character, people think he really wants to leave the company or he really wants to. He's in character, people. There's a lot of, I like that. I don't mind that. As long as I know and I can, and that's one thing, and Sean said it earlier about kind of breaking character more, and I do. And I'll stop and be like, hey, come on, people in the chat. He's just being or they're just being in character. Because people are like, oh, no, man, that's really rude. That's really mean. And we've had to try the mod chat in Facebook. We've had to really bring me out and be like, I don't want to just ban people if they come in and do something stupid. Give me a chance to flip them. Give me a chance to make them laugh. And we've turned people into subscribers that way. Shout out to Pete. He's the one that taught me how to do that. And I do it more and more. But man, the way you guys, mods, members, just people in the chat, and I always say, if loyalty's currency, the way you guys come to my aid whenever something in the chat is off, it goes back to all this stuff. I know you're just defending me. I know you're trying to keep everything the way it should be and not let it get off the rails. But man, we've grown the community by, if it's really bad, I'll give them a second chance. And if they're still doing dumb shit, get the fuck out of here. Go somewhere else. But it's going to happen. Toxicity and drama is going to be around. You got to just deal with it a certain way. And you've always been there for me, Tiny. And like you said earlier, we've had 2-hour conversations. If we keep going, we'll be here for 2 hours. So I do have to move on.
No, but just know I love you and I'll keep doing what I'm doing. And it's because of you that I do it. And like Monstar said, we need more Greg than Blaze.
Yeah, thank you. You fuckers. I do want to bring on 2 more people to talk a little bit about CAW in the conversation. These 2 guys behind the scenes, I think they've helped me more than they realize with this game and adapting to it and having even more fun and even expanding it more. As much as I give Mitch and the Hardcore Sports Network a lot of credit for giving me the ability to do things I love, like call NFL and NBA games, it's a dream of mine. I wish I got into commentating and radio instead of retail and merchandising, and my marketing degree comes into play now more than it did in that career here, because trust me, it's a lot of work. I do all my logos. Sometimes it's just 3 logos put together because I don't put tons of, like, if I was doing this, you know, for a job and had to make money, I would put way more into my logos and stuff, but I have ways to work around it. Sometimes I'm just Googling a name and finding that image. Oh, holy fuck, that's perfect. I'm just going to use that. Change it up a little bit or whatever. But I want these 2 guys to give me their ideas on, you know, just running a company and what they think about these 6 things and such. So let's bring on one of my favorite opinionated friends, Mr. Odds Cornett. How you doing, bro?
Greetings and salutations.
So out of character, I want you to just kind of quickly give me your take on running a show, putting it together, and maybe some things that work for you that you'd like to share.
Running a show is a lot different. I've been a part of this hobby longer than I was the runner of a show. So I've been on both sides of the fence. Now that I'm actually the runner of a show, my heavens, you remember all the past stuff that you did, complaining about angles and not asking the right questions, and you're just pulling, and you're just like, I no wonder why some people pulled their hair out and thought I was an ass.
Everyone should run a show at least for a week or so and get a different perspective, in my opinion.
Exactly. Because you get a whole different perspective. One small thing you do in the chat can give us owners hours and hours of pain and suffering of having to figure out how the hell do we fix what you just fucked up in 2.5 seconds.
That's why a lot of this stuff that I just talked about comes into play. You know, if you can,
I
don't expect anyone to do everything that I do. I have tons of time on my hand, but if you get a couple things from this, and Odds, your shows are phenomenal. I had a blast watching it today. I didn't get to chat as much because I was getting ready for this, but if you guys aren't watching CPW, you're doing it wrong, because he's definitely an inspiration, and I appreciate you, Odds. I really do.
Thank you.
And his cohort in crime.
Hey, everybody.
Mr. Triple Beat, how you doing, bro?
I'm good. How are you, Blaze?
Good. I'm kind of finally getting over the emotion, because it's a lot of emotion to bring this many people together and have such an amazing community. And same question for you. Anything from the list, or things that maybe something that you've done that you think works and you'd love to share it with the community, or something you've learned or whatever about running a show?
One of the things that I learned is that #1 item up there, the group chat, that's something that I'm going to utilize a lot more moving forward. Especially so that way I can, like, you know, let people know about stories and whatnot and what I'm doing. I'm doing a really long storyline right now with one of my characters. Not going to mention who, but I'm doing a really long story with that character, and I kind of need to probably communicate more. But the roster process, that's another thing that I want to pick up, where it's like, have an application, ask them for information, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Match formats.
Well, you are Mr. Match Format.
Yeah.
Testing.
Yeah.
It's testing. You just got to play the game and test it.
And that's honestly what I do a lot of the time when you're streaming. I'll be sitting here watching my game at the same time, testing out matches, seeing how they work, seeing what works best.
Now, I mentioned earlier, and you had a response. We were talking about the 2022 was 0 game. You know, all the sliders at 0 for the game and 100 for the characters gave us the best matches. I find in this game in 23, 100 for everybody, or even if you have everybody at 90 or 95 or whatever, but have them about the same. It makes the tendencies be what's going to help the AI determine the characters. Now, what experience do you have with that? And everyone does it differently, people. I'm going to tell you once again.
I actually have a completely different experience, and I'm glad you asked me this question. So I have their stats at what I call natural, which is I look at a character, I see how they fight. So I'll put them in a match. I'll look at what their finishing moves are. I'll look for a similar active wrestler on the roster, and I'll take those stats. And then what I'll do is I'll take their attack stats and I'll set them at like maybe 20 less than whatever that was. Because I like longer matches. So I'll set them at 20 less than whatever the natural is. And then I'll take all their defensive stats and I'll put those all at max. Those are all at max until you get to the finishers and the signature stat. And I put those at 50 because it makes for a longer match and it still ends on a finisher.
And you're the one that I think we were talking about too, how we staggered the tendencies to first finisher, second finisher, third finisher, and same with the signature, which basically made it if you hit your first finisher, you might win. Second one, you're more likely to win. Normally by 3, you're going to win. And I kind of like that. That works well for me.
Well, and then that works well. And then the other thing that I figured out recently, and this is like brand new, when you had asked me to look into a slider set a while back, I looked into it, and he had those, what I call the slider tendencies. You know, the extra sliders they added this year.
The AI tendencies for the characters.
Yep, the universal AI tendencies. Whatever you want to call
you got, for those out there, you got 3 things. You got the game sliders, which control the whole game. You have the AI attribute sliders, which we've always had, which I max at 100. And then you have the AI tendencies, which individually tell them high flying, submission, etc., etc.
Right. So I use all 3. So my slider tendencies, so the ones that are from the game that control everybody, those are staggered now. So I have my fighting style set up. I prefer a more grapple based product, so they have a higher grapple rate than they do a strike rate in general. But if you have a character who's a striker, they're still going to strike. Not as much, but they're still gonna punch, and they're still gonna act like that brawler character that you're giving me. But what I do is their attack stats, they're all less. The defensive stats are maxed, and the tendencies I don't touch. So whatever tendencies you send to me, I leave, unless you send me a character that has them at level 100.
Yeah. Because when you design your character now, it does have a specific set. If you're a big guy, small guy, and sometimes I'll tweak a couple. If someone goes, "Hey, I don't want this guy going off the top rope at all," you can kind of, like I said, the AI will still be the AI sometimes, and you'll get the glitchy arm like this and shit. And
so
but it's fun. We have fun with it.
In my natural.
The 5 count thing, like you found that out, that the singles matches I was doing no DQ, no count out, because I don't want count outs, I don't want disqualifications. These guys are hanging outside the ring for 45 minutes with the steps over their head going up the ramp. So the count out at 5 does make the AI go. Out of 30 matches we tested, there were 2 count outs. And you can just restart it if it's a count out if you really don't want them. But they get back in the ring at 3 or 4 or 5, a way better in-ring experience, in my opinion. Now, if I want a hardcore match, I do a lethal match, which is false count anywhere, no DQ, no count out. And they bring out weapons and beat the fuck out of each other. That's great, too.
Exactly.
So that goes back to the match formats. Find what's good for you, whatever your style is. And there's I'll say it again, I keep repeating there's no wrong way.
There's no wrong way, and there's no right way. It's exactly what you say. I've done everything in this game. I've done nat stats, I've done 100, and I'm doing what I'm currently doing right now. I switch it up constantly. There's no right way to do it.
And that's why I like having you on, because I don't want people to think that I'm here saying, this is how you do it or it's not going to work. There's a million different ways to do it. I mean, God bless those that are sitting there with highlight reel, putting together a show, throwing in commercials, editing backstage shit and all the, the bullshit, and making it a great show and then putting it out there. So, I mean, I made the announcement earlier this week, and you may have been on or not. I'm going to PC next year.
Well, I'm actually on PC this year. And what I've started doing is I've actually started doing some pre-recorded. I do a mixture.
I'll definitely touch base with you with that. I don't want to open that can of worms right here. But the reason I'm going to stream to PC is I want to use this. I want to use StreamYards for my shows. Full screen it. You'll see the same experience. But you know what? I can pop people's chats right up on the screen. That's what I don't like about PS5 is they have a chat thing, but it comes up a second, it's gone. I could use OBS. Yes, I know. But this format, I think, is the only thing it's going to be tough is music. And you can only upload so many files on StreamYards. Right now, I use a really old music program, and I have my speakers right here next to my mic. It sounds phenomenal because I've tested it out a million different ways. I think the music in LTD is a huge part to me. You guys, if you watch the beginning of the show, Bonedawg's music is his own song. Drum Monkey's theme song is him playing drums in his band. Super Nacho's theme song is him playing guitar, bass, singing, drums. I use my old band's music, my brother's band's music. That adds a whole different dimension to the game to me.
But with StreamYards, now I don't know much about it, but can you connect a media player to it?
There is a space at the bottom that says background music.
If you can connect the media player to it separately that you can control with your mouse.
I hope Solo comes back. I just saw you leave the green room. If you're still around, Jay Savage, I want to pick your brain real quick. But like I can look.
Yeah, if you have that though, you can
right now.
Okay.
You know, I can play Bill Hayes' theme song.
But is that coming from your media player?
Nope.
Is what I'm asking.
From right in StreamYards.
Okay. So if you have the ability,
but I'd have to load in. I don't know if I can load in. I have 200 music files.
No, but what I'm asking is, can you link the media player exe?
I don't think so.
If you can link the media player exe, then you can do it.
That's I know in OBS I could do that and such, but here I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. That's a big can of worms I don't want to open up now, but I love picking your brain about stuff. I will be picking Tiny's and yours and other people's brains when I go to PC because I don't play the game. What do I need a PlayStation for? I like PlayStation because it's basically set your matches, click a button, and you're live.
I mean,
it's so simple.
You can do the same. You can do that exact same thing in OBS. You can do probably the same thing in StreamYards too.
But here now, what I want to do is be able to pop on and me talk for a while if I want, play a commercial if I want, have someone else come on and call the matches with me if I want, you know. In StreamYards, I can do that. Big shout out to the members out there. Loyalty is currency, so just showing up to the chats and stuff is huge. So I don't want to pressure membership on anybody, but if you're a member, you are helping me pay for this StreamYards, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you too, Triple B. We could sit here and talk for hours as well. Thanks, bro.
All right, thank you.
So one of the newer members of the channel, and it's going to definitely ring true with all this stuff that I talked about. It's not a one-way format that's going to work for everybody. Pick and choose something. Your application doesn't have to be as big as mine. You don't have to use the same matches. Number 4, you definitely want to avoid toxicity and drama. It's good to have character drama, if you will. And someone who does a really good job at all of that, I got to give a shout out to my man Solo. What is happening, bro?
Hey, yo, I'm actually in here with the guy, the legend, the OG of the CAW.
Good to have you, man. And you do something pretty unique, bro. I really appreciate what you do, how you run it, your own way. And when you start out your shows, you always explain. RPG style character progression. I got it. It
fantasy sports style better.
And it is, and it's phenomenal. So you see these things right here, like you have your group chat and you know these parts that I want to talk about, bringing people in, different matches, avoiding the drama and toxicity, which me and you have had talks off the air about that stuff.
We have
company diversity, which is everyone can run their show however they want and just having a community. So any best practices you want to share or things that you've learned from being a content creator?
Man, the best thing I can say that I kind of learned from you is to be interactive with other universes, right? If someone comes into your chat and they have their own show, I know a lot of shows will stop people from advertising and things like that, which is kind of that's like, don't do that. Don't come in there and disrespect someone's show by doing that. But with the solo season universe, we have this format. It's kind of like it's like a cesspool, to say the least, right? No. It's like we have no restraints really when it comes to what you can and can't say. This kind of creates massive amounts of drama. We've had people leave the show because of toxicity. We've had people come back with more fire than ever because of that. Shout out to my man Jakai, who understands. You know, he actually just had you know, I'll just tell the story live, because when we talk about the group chats and the live chat, that's where the story is held for the SSU. I don't do anything for the storyline. So my entire show is based off of the chat, the Discord chat, the live chat. I don't control any of the matches, which I love the match formats that you guys talked about. The 5-second count out, you guys, is key to just exposing your AI's tendencies, right? And so we call it the Naga, right? We call it the Naga match here at the SSU. We call it the 5-second, you know, count out Naga match. We've only had 2 of them so far, but it was deliberate to tell a story with the AI tendencies. People are more, depending on how you change your slider, some people are willing to get counted out more, right? Or some people just do not care. Your character will just start fighting, and all that also RPG style is based off of the comments and talking to someone that's educated on the system like you are, right? You guys have gone through the same process I have, where it's like, okay, let's put them at 100. Let's put them at 0. Let's see what happens. And what I'm starting to realize now, man, is that the community, the company diversity is really key. Like having a group chat and all that is awesome. You can, but again, it can get a little, because with like you, Blaze, you keep a very, you keep a tight knit, you keep a pretty good control. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say control. That's not the right word.
Hello, bro.
I want to say control. I want to say it's not control, but you keep your people safe from toxicity. Right.
More than you know. And people, just this morning, I had to have a private chat with people about someone pulling someone personal, going personal attacks on people.
Yeah. And see, that's where now that's why I can look at your show, Blaised Radio. Every single thing that you post is show level. It's not like a lot of people are quote unquote streamers. Like they're CAW streamers, which is, you know, that's fine. You do your thing. You upload your characters. You don't really interact with the chat. It's pre-recorded.
Whoever you want.
You do what you want. Exactly. Company diversity, right? And people like to do that. But I think a lot of times what will happen is people like me, people like you, we are creating a show, right? So the company diversity comes into a big play, because when it comes to my toxicity in my chat, that's where it all comes from. Shout out to Lord British, my absolute worst and best character, because
it's wrestling. You want that. You want that dynamic sometimes in pro wrestling.
Yeah, and me and you, come on, man. We come from an era of nasty wrestling. You hear me? Yeah. I mean, we talk about just look at Dom, right? Look at Naughty Dom now, right? His story wouldn't be that had Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio not had the ladder match for the custody papers. You know what I mean? Right? I'm your daddy, Holmes. Like that's kind of what we got going in the SSU right now, is where Lord British is stealing my children. He's talking bad about people's kids in the chat, because, you know, we are a pretty tight-knit community, so we've posted pictures of our families up there, and he called one of our kids ugly.
But if you've established that relationship with people, some of that is okay. Just adds to the show. It's the people that come from the outside to be like, you know, oh, you got a handicapped person in your chat, or this guy he's slow. No, we're not personally attack people that deal with issues. We're here to forget about all that. I call it escapism. Forget about the real world, the politics. Your job sucks. Your kids are annoying. You can't stand your parents. Forget about all that. Come here and have a fantasy world with us. Dungeons and Dragons style.
Blaze, you are the best. And this is why I've always respected your show. And everybody out there, I know if you guys are a Blaze Radio fan, you've seen my Finger Gang Bang Bang $1.99 sticker. I buy a ticket to your show every single time. That's what I consider it as, right? I'll buy that ticket. Because you are officially one of the, I call it to you all the time, you're the OG of this, right? You've created a safe space for people to come up with crazy ideas, right? Give your personal opinion on them, interact with your chat, and then you do an episode that completely blows us all away. So it's like you have to kind of take into account who's doing good and who's. I mean, I look at my company as I want it to be successful, right? I'm not just doing it for my own pleasure or my chat's own pleasure. I'm doing it to create a show. Like if in the future, I think virtual wrestling is the future, 100%. And the way we're working this out is the same way any billion-dollar CEO of a company would do it. Let's sit down. Let's talk about our product. Let's talk about what's good. Let's talk about diversity. And I think 10, 20 years from now, we're going to be running the show.
5 years ago, I said that there was probably 20 different Efeds on YouTube. I said, trust me, to my friend Pete, who brought me in, I said, there's going to be hundreds of these shows in a couple of years. And look where we're at.
Good God.
Thousands of Efeds out there. And to pull the curtain back a little bit, I saw some of the drama going on in his Discord. And I was like, yo, Jay, what is happening? Is everything cool? And he broke it down for me. And we had a really, structural, we didn't have to agree on everything, but I learned from you, and I'm hoping you learned from me. And I wanted to make sure everything was cool because he has a good thing going over there. And that's what I do. I have the gathering once a year where I got everyone's fucking logo on the mat from all the channels represented. This year, SSU will definitely be on it when the gathering comes back, along with, I have over 30 different Efeders that run their own show. And that's why I pick all their brains. And I'm just glad to have you on board, bro. I really am.
No, I'm happy to be here, but like if you don't think I learned from you, you're absolutely insane. Because when
I'm just too humble. I'm just too fucking humble.
like your humor is like your commentary is infectious, right? Like
make people smile.
Yeah, it's infectious, bro. So my commentary style is storytelling. I'm like, so we all know that AI doesn't do 100% what we want it to do,
exactly.
Right? And so let's talk about, because you guys broke down your guys' AI sliders, which I love the way you guys talk about it. But me personally, with my universe, it depends on you, the season few, or whoever jumps involved, right? If you come in there and you're from the Red Lion planet, and that, I guess I should give away that secret as well. That secret is your character will be more based in that style of wrestling. Right. So if you're a striker, you're going to be from the Red Lion planet that gets an arm strength boost. Right. If you're a submission type, you're going to want to be from the Black Scorpion. Green Goat is stamina.
I love all the creative shit.
Yeah.
Mine is pre-apocalyptic world, like 50 years into now. Yours is like worldwide, different planets. I love the creativity and it's fantasy. Why not stretch your fantasy as far as you can?
Oh yeah, and in other people's universes, right now we have claimed the REW title. Shout out to my man, Respect the Cheese. You guys can go check his channel out. He's got a lot of pre-recorded episodes. He comes out and he does storylines that, as of lately, have been reflective of the SSU storylines, and you can go back in 3 years past, and every storyline that the SSU has had is affecting today's storyline. So we try to keep a cohesiveness, and I really get on characters, and when I mean that, talents and characters, I get on them about being in character and not being Jordan. Don't be Jordan, be Jay Savage. You know what I mean? Don't jump in there, as yourself. Like you said, this is escapism. We've got 30 minutes to an hour to, if you're lucky, 2 hours a day to ourselves as men, as women, as just parents. You don't have much time to just enjoy life. And so when you click onto the Blaised radio and he's shouting everybody out, we're all having a good time. We're talking. And I can't wait for you to get on PC because of how interactive you already are with your chat. I can't wait for that. And that's what I mean about you being the OG about this, man. I'm so happy actually that I'm on here now because I can pick your brain about it live, right? Because we talked about the toxicity and I told you how, what I'm trying to do, right? I'm trying to.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. He welcomes it, combats it, and he can also monitor it at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, just think of StreamYards and me, in the middle of a show, and then this happens.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Who's the big guy with the muscles?
I got a lot of great ideas that I can do.
Oh my God. You can cut and splice in some pretty damn good things for entrances,
Yeah.
When DX used to come out.
We don't have promos on this game no more. Guess
That's
what?
insane. How do you feel? So how have you combated that? So with me personally, it's been all live chat now. So all of the promos that were done on screen, I have to do it like in the chat, which is
I've had people send me audio clips sometimes, and I'll play it in between matches, building up to that match. Here's someone, here's what he has to say. I've had people join me, which I'll do more like this during a show and let them crack at someone. But I'm also a realist. I know people do have jobs, lives, families, and they can't be at every live show. So I always say, if you watch the replay, leave me a comment so I know you stopped by. Like, you give rewards for people chatting and stuff like that. It's going to boost them up. It's going to help their character.
Yeah.
Same thing, but I do it a little more covertly because everyone's not the same. I can't expect 80 people to be at every show.
No,
but I love what you do, man. I gotta keep going. We could sit here just like the other and talk to you forever. My DMs are always open, my man. You are the shit,
already
man.
know it, Blaze. Like, again, you are, before we go, you are the OG. Everybody out there should know it. If you're not on Blaze Radio, then you're not living your best life. I'll see you guys next time.
I love what you do, bro. Thank you so much. I want to get to the fun stuff, and that's a good example of he doesn't run his show like mine, and it's fucking awesome. You know, everyone does commentary different. Some people don't do the introductions, the walking down to the ring. I love that. That's like I did it professionally. I did it for 2 different indie feds here in Pittsburgh. I wish I could do it more. My health doesn't permit me to do it. You put me in a ring with a mic, I will bring I like to pride. I'm 6'3". I'm a tall motherfucker. I was one of the only, I'm probably one of the only ring announcers to do the Kevin Nash step over the top rope to get into the ring because I could. Now, I also know when you're just the ring announcer, you're not the person, that you're supposed to give the attention to the workers. And just the few shows that I've done in 2PW and RWA, I've learned so much about the business. Check out the WrestleSense podcast every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. CJ Sensation has been a pro wrestler for 25 years. He's been a referee for the last 5 or 6. He's a producer for one of the biggest indie feds in this area right now. Doc is a commentator with 4 different federations around here. These are all indie feds, but it's big in Pittsburgh in this area. So don't come to the WrestleSense to hear me. Come to hear their takes. Ray ran his own company. He's helped start RWA, and they have some of the best takes. I don't beg or ask people to I don't push it on people, but definitely if you love wrestling, pro wrestling as it is now, and you value other people's opinions and you're not a dick about it, trying to tell people how they should think, everyone has their own WrestleSense. Like who you want to like, hate who you want to hate, cheer who you want to cheer, boo who you want to boo. Check it out. I don't want to get too far into it. Yes, he's great. He is phenomenal. He had a lot of good things to say about Mordrin, though, too, so I got to question his judgment there. And the Hardcore Sports Network. What's on the Hardcore Sports Network? Yes, WrestleSense is also on the Hardcore Sports Network. Sorry about that. Solo Season is his name. Triple B. Solo Season. And big shout out to Solo. Jay is the man. He has a family. There's people out there that have jobs, families, 2 jobs, families and stuff. I don't have any of that. This is my world, and I want to bring it to you guys. So let's move on from that. Let's have a little fun. I know what you guys like. Get those numbers in the chat, 0 through 36. I'm about to spin the wheel. Let's play wrestling roulette. So whoever's number comes up will get to book a match in the future here in LTD. So get all the numbers in there. I don't normally, this is another thing I can do that I don't get to do with the PlayStation. This is all back to the interactive part of the game, like Solo was saying. You guys are more important than me. You guys make the show. So tell me what numbers you want. Let's load it up, spin the wheel, and see who's booking a match. That's why I have like 18 devices going right now, too. And thank God you guys, members and everything, all the donations and shit helped me get that new PC. Neo Extreme says 22. Brooklyn Joker says 0. 3 for Triple Beat. 22 for Kelly as well. 24. 7. 15. Here, behind the scenes, I normally just do this. And I'm not really putting the right. 12. 25. We'll make a deal.
6 even black.
Number 6. Ooh, we got a 7 and we got a 5. Sometimes I give it to the closest, but we're going to play this a couple times. Let's spin it again. You guys always correct me. And you can duplicate numbers, too. That's okay in this. I'll give more than one winner out. We're going to do members book shows soon, too. 15, it's Wally. Now, Wally doesn't have social media. So I want you to put your chat, your match in the chat. So, Wally, I need you to put your match in the chat now that you want to see any 2 people on the roster, and we'll be booking that in the future. And we'll play that again here soon. Let's get to the fun part. There is some shit that I can't wait to show you guys. We're also got to pick Andy Price's. He's very patiently waiting in the green room. We're going to pick his opponent here soon, too. All right. The roster. Let's talk about it. Here's your roster for December. Now, I've taken some people off, and this is back to what Solo and I were talking about. I know he has Twitter. He never uses it, Leo Gang. But I want him to put his... Unless you could send me a DM, Wally, with your match, that's fine, too. But I just feel if I don't get it in the live chat, I'm not going to get it. We will play a couple more times. And all you members of the chat, if you're members of the company, we will be having a membered book show too. So if you're not in the live chat, in my DMs, or responding to something on social media for over a month, I'm probably going to take you off the active roster. Nothing personal. You're always welcome back. And you see a couple people that, like D-Train, he's been away for a while. God bless him. He's another brother from another mother too. D-Train wants to be back. He's talking about bringing his Maverick Championship Wrestling back soon. So D-Train will be back. But he's on we call him the temporary roster. I'm not here to fire people. I'm not going to be a dick like some place and be like, you're fired, and fucking yell at you people in the chat for doing stuff. I don't do that shit. Drum versus Jake. I got it. Wally, thank you. And Leo Gang is a perfect example. He's been coming around the streams a lot. Why wouldn't I have Leo Gang's character on the roster other than someone who can't make it all the time? Super Nacho has told me personally that he won't be available for a while. He's busy with his job, his family, and a new band. So go do it. That also means we're not going to do the Legion of Dork with Super Nacho. He's gave me the blessing to keep doing it. So I want to do more Legion of Dork. Retro games, retro toys, comic books, sports cards, TVs, movies, cartoons. We're going to talk more about that. We got a Simpsons episode we're going to do. We have a bunch of different stuff. Someone said they want to do a SpongeBob episode on that. I mean, Ren and Stimpy's my shit. Beavis and Butthead. I like that type of dick humor and fart humor. So we're going to go back and talk about toys. And if you guys like Spider-Man, He-Man, Transformers, we talked about all those retro. Check out the Legion of Dork. Lord Amadeus, he comes around mostly in October for the Maestro angle. Man, was it crazy this year. I sold it all through the summer that Lord Amadeus was not going to be around the whole month of October. That was a storyline. That was I was in DMs with LA the whole time saying, I'm telling people I'm doing everything to avoid the Maestro this year. Put him on a boat, send him out in the ocean. But it's going to be one of the biggest Maestro storylines we ever had. And man, did you guys just dive in. Breakdown did. Andy Price did. You know, people wanted to be on the evil demon side. TMNT is another one we want to do. I'm not big on that, so I'll definitely bring some people on. So the Maestro storyline this year was bigger than it ever was. And we incorporated more people. The Infected, he sunk the fucking boat. So we've lost 2 cruise liners now. It's all fun. It's all story. If you also look closely, some people have been flip-flopped to different rosters. J-Dog and Vulture are now on Empire. They're in a G6 with Logan. You got, who else? R-Man True is now in the Legacy division. Leo and Teddy are in the Legacy division. So when we have branded shows, it'll only be those 20. And Matt Storm was way into that angle as well. Once again, reiterating what we said before, if you got an angle, you got a story idea, make sure that you drop into my DMs. I'm not discouraging it. Some people don't like my show because we don't do a lot of story. The titles are the main story, but we do tons of stories here and there. A lot of it's organic in the chat, which I fucking love. So there has been Turmoil. Jester and Drum Monkey, they moved from Empire into Lethal. Wrestling Momma has taken a little hiatus as well. She'll be back, no worries. Aaron West, Renegade, great dude. He just hasn't been in the chat for over a month. As soon as Wheels hits me up, he goes to WrestleSense. He's a busy guy. If he hits me up, I'll get him back on the roster. Paragon and Killer Neptune have always basically been temporary roster. Love them both. They're phenomenal people. Their characters have been around for over a decade, so I love having them on. CK Nova, he told me he's taking a month or two off. He'll be back. If he wants to come back, good. If not, Brandon Ace, he didn't show up for a while, but I know he lurks. If Brandon starts coming to the shows again, I'd love to hate him back on the roster again because the angle was always Brandon Ace was never supposed to be on the roster. But Brandon Ace is also a shining example of how you can turn into from the whipping boy of the community into one of the best motherfucking people in CAW. Playing that character, he got tons of abuse in and out of character back in the day. And as annoying as he was, and as much as my character hated his, I kind of felt for him. I'm like, come on, talk about low-hanging fruit. Everyone picked on Brandon, but he was always coming back. It didn't discourage him from doing it. He always shot back. So big shout out to Brandon Ace. There's a lot of, I could go through a list. There's been over 400 people on this roster. Gone for whatever reason. But if you don't show up, and I'm not talking about live streams, I say it every show. If you're watching a replay, just leave a comment so I know you stopped by. It registers in my brain and your roster spot is solidified. William Styles wasn't around for over a month. He was about to go to the temporary roster, but he sent me a DM. He said he had personal stuff. He couldn't be around. He's back now. You're back on the roster. Show up. There's 4 or 5 people. I had someone from SSU that hit me up like, hey, I love your show. How can I be a part of it? I'll send you an application if you're down. But number one, those who are in the live chats all the time will get more attention. That's just a fact. They're there all the time. So why wouldn't I give more attention to them? It's not that I'm going to ignore the ones that aren't, because I understand you have a job, you have a family, you have a life. This is secondary, third dairy, fourth dairy, fifth dairy to some people. I'm there for you for that too. There's a few people who I've had to message you when your match is on. I know some people do that religiously. That's fine. If I have to do that all the time, you're going to go to the temporary roster and maybe, tell me when you can be back around. I'm trying to balance 80 plus people. Please understand, it's not personal. Nobody's fired. But if Nacho comes back to me tomorrow, God bless him, because how much fun is Super Nacho in the chats, people? Come on. If he comes back and says, hey, I got all kinds of time. Let's get some stories going. I'm down. When Wrestling Momma gives me the word, she's right back on the roster. Love her to death. And I hope her and Hugo are doing well. Same thing for so I'm putting a lot of weight on the temporary roster because I don't want people will draw their own conclusion. Oh no, Momma got fired. Super Nacho got fired. No. There's many. I could go back. There's like 50 other names that aren't here that were here over the last year. It's really hard to keep, and I take ownership because I want 80 people. Now listen, other companies do this, and it's fine. If I had just a 20 roster people with 5 of the best that are out there, and they all have 4 characters, man, I could run a fucking phenomenal Fed that way too. And a lot of people do. I don't have a problem with that. But because I want to involve so many people, I had to make the rule that you can only have 1 character. However, I brought some storyline people back in, that have 2 characters or extra character. I brought fucking evil Shulkie back for a story, for fuck's sake. She was never supposed to come back. And then there's my character. Some people use their own characters on their shows. That's fine. You guys remember when the Steel City Committee won the Stable War? It was a fucking accident. They were the last team because I didn't have an 8th team. They won. I didn't want Tyson, Shmoo, Jinx, Sunshine to get title shots. That doesn't do anything for the show, in my opinion. I want you guys to get the title shots. So the only one that got a title shot was Blade Charge, and he won the fucking world title. And then he did it again recently. Let's get to the good stuff. Speaking of the world title, I guess I got a good segue there. I told you it's going to be a 2-hour one. It might be longer. We still got a show to do. So I'm going to breeze through a lot of this stuff to get to the end. I know I got people in the back I want to talk to. When we get to the matches, you guys have direct influence on some of these matches I want to talk about. Recently, Matt Storm became our lethal champion. JW Caliber in the chat became our... Andy, I know you got to go, bro. We're going to pick your opponent here in just a little bit. But if you got to go, man. It's not a problem. We're going to do a very unique way to pick your opponent, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. So, G6 titles are on the line today. Kelly and Emily just defended their titles the other night. Cassie's recently defended hers. She's got to face Goddess soon, but Goddess got to defend her title tonight against LD. Azrael's still your internet champ. JW became the Crazy 8 champ. Neo won his first title with the Blitzkrieg championship. And Neo's been around for a while. He just recently joined, though. Tag titles are on the line tonight, and Blade Charge defends his title. This roster and the champions page, I try to pin to the reunion page, put it on, pin it to the X on the beginning of my X channel, and it's always on the website. That's a resource I want to give you to help you guys. So you don't have to ask who the champions are. You don't have to ask who your next match is, etc., etc. You should be able to find it, but I'll still answer it if you bug me enough. All right, let's go. Round 2. Get the numbers in the chat. Wrestling roulette again, 0 through 36. And we'll see who has a winner. Oh, I spelled wrestling Rapoulette, RP. That's kind of Rapoulette. Yeah, I spelled it wrong, but we'll deal with that later. Get your numbers in the chat. We're gonna spin the wheel again, and someone's gonna book a match. 22 forever, Neo says. There was someone who tried to do that too, be like, hey, for roulette, just always put this number in for me. It's like, that defeats the purpose. I want someone in the... This is my way to con people to come out of lurking. And it works. I love you guys. I lurk on a lot of chats too. Ain't nothing wrong with it. All right. We're gonna move it right along. We got 2, 7, 3. Spin the wheel. Get your numbers in quick. Here we go.
Nine red.
Number 9. That's Angelita. Now I can get your match later or whenever, but Angelita, congratulations. Congrats, Toledo. All right. All right. But you have to put that number in there. That's the caveat. You have to put the number in there. All right. So let's talk about the match cards. We're going to quickly rewind to what happened in October. Halloween number 2, we started the Lethal World title tournament. Yes, I have a match card for over 1,000 shows in a little folder back there. Every fucking show. I have every match, who won. So, you want to pull the curtain back a little bit. Every match, the date, the winners. That's how I do it. And we've done it before where someone says, okay, show number 172. What happened to my green screen? Dun, 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 dun. Boy, that's weird. Oh, now I'm in the fucking sewer. I was going to change the background anyway. Now it's just going to be on the air. Now I'm in the arena, everybody. Let's get ready for the show. Halloween. Well, let me go back. Halloween 2. So this is rewinding October. I can't wait to show you guys the new arenas. Masquerade Ball 2, we still had the Maestro gimmick was still going on, so we kept that going. Lady Devil won a 20-person Rumble for the Battle Queen shot that she has tonight. We had a horror 4-way with Aiden Nightwalker as Jason, and the costume matches, we just carried them over because they were so much fun. And I liked bleeding that into and using those a little more. Halloween 3, we had the Rebellion defended the tag titles against Atticus and Azrael. They got to fight them again tonight. We'll see how that goes. Just a highlight. We went to Pick Your Poison. I think I'm sick or something. Looks like I'm from... You're turning violet, Violet. The lighting just got really weird, didn't it? I'm purple. All right. Anywho, pick your poison. This is where we had the reward matches. We gave everybody a reward match. You guys picked the matches. It was so much fun. And we kept the Lethal World tournament going with a lottery. Lost Souls. We had the Maestro, Matt Storm, Breakdown, and Andy Price versus Super Nacho as Superman, Big Daddy Beard as Spider-Man, Neo Extreme as Iron Man, and Shadow Press as Batman. That was the end of that storyline. So that was the finish of that storyline. We finally got the Maestro gone. That's really weird. Why am I purple? Now I'll probably be yellow. That'll really get you guys going. And how did my background change again? Boy, you gotta love it. It's a good example of what we deal with from time to time here. And when shit goes awry, we just have fun with it. All right, Mass Hysteria next. And that brought us to, this was from the tournament, the Lost Souls tournament. So this is how it panned out. And tonight we have the final match. We have Danny Wells was versus Jay Vulture. Danny Wells won, so now he gets the world title shot tonight. And not only did we have the tournament here, but we had rumbles where we lethally injected people into the matches, and they got added to it. Okay, Mass Hysteria was a G6 title. The squad did not get the championship, but the Wolves Den did qualify. That match is tonight. The offering was the tag team tournaments. I believe I have a tag team tournament here. So we had all these tag team tournaments here where and luckily we found some good ways to do tag team matches because those were horrendous for a while there. So it basically came down to all these matches, and then we had two four-way matches that were basically, I don't want that. Man, what the hell is going on with this shit today? There we go. But the tag team tournament was fun too. The Great Hall, we had the inductions of new members of the Great Hall. We saw a match with a bunch of people. We brought back Barabbas, one of the original LTD members, Bill Haight, who also helped start this company in the year 2000, Scott Royal, who helped write and produce when this was an Efed and write matches, Mr. U-Taker we brought back. I mean, we brought back a bunch of people and had a Great Hall. Breaking news, we got another Great Hall show coming up, and it will be Great Hall members versus the active roster. We'll talk a little bit more on that when we get to the Great Hall match it is today, and a special guest will join us to chit-chat about that. This is one of my favorite arenas to make. It's very simple, but it covers like the history of LTD. On the bottom on the apron, that's a fucking Word file that I made in like 2015 whenever we created the reunion page with all the members that I said this before, I'd never wanted to have a Hall of Fame because I saw how Hall of Fames went in WU and other companies. It was a mess. It's meant to honor people, but it always turned into a bunch of horse shit. So we manage it a little different here. Then we got to, and then you got the four people who were inducted this year: Bill Haight, Mrs. U-Taker, Raven, and Sean Shamrock. Of course, Shamrock didn't fight because he's a pussy. And then we had a Great Hall match with a bunch of people. We just talked about it. And this led to people really enjoying it and saying, hey, man, we should have a War Games with the people from the OGs. And we're going to have that today. We'll talk about that when we get to the match card. Always have fun with the Thanksgiving shows. We had more Pick Your Poison, which is more matches. We had 2 Thanksgiving shows where Matt Storm won the Lethal title. Azrael defended the Internet title. And we continued that tournament to get it to an end. I'm trying to speed through now and try to get this to a close because we got a show to do. So the Thanksgiving arena, always fun to do, but I wanted to use it more than once. And, for people out there who make arenas, you use them one time and you're done. So I'm trying to at least use these. That's why we extended the Maestro storyline, so we could use the masquerade ball and the costumes. Those costumes were a bitch to do, people. Like literally had to download stuff, create their costumes, put them in the second attire until the matches, then move them to the first attire and flip-flop all kind of shit. But it was worth it because the matches and the shows were fun. And the legends are a part of our history. We had a Lost Soul show where the BLITZKRIEG title changed. It was Neo winning the BLITZKRIEG title. And then just the other night we had, and that's, I remember we did that when we were up on the Almost Apocalypse. We were underground for Lost Souls. Crazy 8 title, and JW Caliber won it for the second time on the last show. It's time for another round, everybody. Get your numbers in the chat. Let's see if I can spell it right this time. Trying to get it in before you guys start dropping numbers too. Get your numbers in the chat. Another round of wrestling roulette. And then we're going to get to the future and what's coming in the future in December and tonight. Hey, we still got a pizza here to talk about, and we still got to pick Andy Price's opponent. So more interaction, more fun for you guys in the live chat. If I wouldn't have blubbered so much in the beginning of the show, we probably could have got this done a lot faster. There you go. 22, 22, 36, 11, 0, hike, 17, 22, 24, 5, 5. All right, let's go. 36.
Bets, please.
Odds gets the victory. Oh, shit, Tiny, I was crying before you came on. You just made it worse in a good way. So, Odds, congratulations, Odds. And I believe we got one more roulette, so hang tight with that. Let's get to this stuff I couldn't wait to do. It's been so long, but this is what I wanted to really talk about. The McRib! I've had 6 of them so far, so I know they're disgusting. I don't care what they're made of. I said it all over X in my posts. I can make a way better one by buying riblets and getting McDonald's barbecue sauce. I know, but they're right up the street, and they're only here for a limited time, people. So I have pasted a couple days, but speaking of food, and I want to talk about NCW, Neo's Federation, and talk about group chats, because we talked about that earlier. Now, if you want your group chat to promo and whatever, willy-nilly, go for it. I would just say monitor it, and hopefully people's work doesn't get lost. That's why I encourage you to tweet it out or send me a DM or whatever if you want to do that. So Riley Wolf and myself were scheduled to have a fight, one-on-one, which is coming up for a championship in NCW in his next Supercard. The idea was to take 6 other people, have us draft the people, and have the first ever War Games, and the losing captain had to eat a pineapple pizza. So for those that don't know, Riley's a New Yorker. He's a pizza guy. The pizza toss is his finishing maneuver. So I drafted K-Dog and Christian Tracy, who have been in this company before. He drafted Malcolm. Malcolm Black was in this company before. Great dude. Yuri Kato. I'm not very familiar with him, but Riley has history with him. And Andy Cox. Pulling the curtain back, if you remember, Almar Wolf. Devlin's his character. Blaze and Devlin in that company and other companies never got along. So I said, why not really surprise people and bring Devlin onto my team for this War Games? So it was a nice surprise. Big shout out to Omar. I miss you. I love you. I hope everything's good with you. Doing his own thing. Mad respect to everybody who's ever been in the company before. So I said, whatever happens, I'm going to eat a pizza. If I win, I'm going to eat a New York style pizza to rub it into your face, Riley. If I lose, I'll eat the Hawaiian pizza. So I would like to, with permission of NCW, show you the finish to this match. Riley joined commentary, and I joined commentary. When the match started, Tony Sparacio joined commentary, and Radio Rex joined commentary. Count Z, big shout out to you. So without further ado, and with Neo's permission, I'm going to go ahead and show the conclusion of that match. And if you haven't seen the whole show, please check it out. It was fucking phenomenal. Neo puts really good product together. I love his commentary, his accent, and the way he analyzes shows. He's hilarious. He's a great dude. Yes, I'm blowing smoke up his ass. Let's watch how this War Games ended.
Chop to the chest, stunning Blaze. This is also childish.
Yes, I love it.
I mean,
My wolf loves me too. She thinks
they say children are the most childish, are the most chaotic things. That's K-Dog looking for the elbow, nobody home. As we got a 2-on-1 in one side of the ring, and a 3-on-2 on the other side.
I had a 2-on-1 once.
And somehow Devlin is dominating the two.
He's the dom, man.
Welcome Black trying to save Yuri there. Coming in with an elbow drop, looking to put Andy Cox away. Oh, almost. Christian Tracy nearly putting this one away. I guarantee you he would be the happiest man alive if he could get Riley Wolf to eat that pineapple pizza. But K-Dog takes the pin on Riley Wolf himself. And Blaze McCoy celebrates with his team.
Uh-oh.
Remember, Riley Wolf had the chance to pick K-Dog.
Yes, he did.
But he went over Yuri. Or went with Yuri over K-Dog. But I mean, Riley can't blame his team. He's the man who took the pin.
Damn it. I still can't be happy Blaze won. I'm out of here. You guys are a bunch of losers.
I can't believe it! No, this can't be! Riley's too good to be losing and eating Hawaiian pizza! No!
Well. Mr. Wolf, pizza. I can't wait to have my New York style pizza Saturday and talk all about this. Can't wait to see the look on your face when you eat it.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be one of historic proportions, just like this main event. My God, the 5 stars does not do it justice. The drama, the action, and the reward, all more than 5 stars.
Great
But
chat.
that
Except for Rex.
has been it for our show today. Yes, it says the 1st to the 12th, but that is it for me. Here it is, I know, the 30th of November, most likely everywhere else in the world. But hell of a show. We got new #1 contenders. We got Radio Rex challenging for the light heavyweight title. American Strong Style challenging for the world tag team titles. And we have Angelita Nightwalker challenging for the women's championship. And Akira Young challenging for the women's global championship. So 5 more matches added to our already incredible December Super Show, which we will see in 2 weeks. Spike Masters, Brooklyn Joker, Valiant Flame versus the Fallen Angels for the women's tag team titles. Diane Zinda against Ellie Hall for the women's live title. Stumpy Collins, Timo Fowler for the Intercontinental Championship. Riley Wolf versus Blaze McCoy for the Undisputed title. Corvo Jack versus Brendan Ace for the NCW World Heavyweight Championship. Not to mention, we've also got the live title being defended. we have the #1 contenders match for the NCW Undisputed Championship. K-Dog going in with a lot of momentum in that match after winning the War Games tonight.
Thank you, K-Dog.
Add one more face to the man of 1,000 faces, Riley Wolf. The Hawaiian pizza face.
I don't think you can go out on a better comment than that.
All right. There it is, guys. So, NCW, and yeah, some people hate it. Some people love it. So, I said I was going to get a pizza. Yes, it's only Papa John's. It was the quickest one I can get right down the street. Riley will be eating his Hawaiian pizza on Monday, I believe. He's out working the indies right now. Shout out to him, or else you'd know he'd be here yelling and screaming, making a fool out of himself. So we are not sponsored by Papa John's, but it was the quickest one to get me here. So pay attention to social media. We'll see a video with him eating pizza. I told him I'd eat a nice New York style pizza to rub it in on him. But let's bring in the man behind NCW, Neo. I got a surprise for you, Neo.
Oh, you do? That's awesome.
Yes. So I played the end of it because I knew it went over your match card, so we didn't have to spend all time waffling about your match card, and definitely check it out. But you guys heard people like Stompy and Brooklyn Joker and a bunch of guys here too. I mean, your company's phenomenal. I love it. I love being a part of it. Glad I finally got to be on commentary with you, even though it was with that stinking Dick Riley Wolf. So I got
a long time coming, me and you being in the commentary booth. Stompy has been waiting for that for ever. Hopefully he watched the show.
I got to peel back the curtain, and I kind of have a confession to make.
All right, what is it?
If you guys remember when we made this thing, we made this match in your chat and went through all this stuff about it. There's two pieces missing out of here. What the fuck?
Oh, no.
Oh, Angelina came and got a couple slices. Okay, that's fine. She said she wanted a couple slices. Enjoy them because
Hawaiian pizza, but sure.
Guess what? I never said I didn't like Hawaiian pizza, you fucking dumbasses. I love it. It's Hawaiian
Actually
pizza.
Said Hawaii.
Neo, if you look
Honestly,
back, I never said I didn't like it. Think about it.
Oh, the trickiest man in all professional wrestling.
A swerve in wrestling is it's extra bacon, Canadian bacon, and yes, pineapple pizza. Look, it's the green screen. You can see right through the pineapple. So yes, whether I won or lost, I was eating a pineapple pizza just for you, Neo, and thank you. That's one of the most funnest angles ever. And I saw you even said you've had so much fun in that show.
I absolutely did. The commentary with Riley Wolf, the commentary when you joined, the both of you just going back and forth, and then you guys bringing on your alter egos, Radio Rex, and Riley's are the one for the War Games main event. It's just, even after 3 hours, I have never been so entertained with doing a commentary, because my throat is normally like dry after the show.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the show at like 5 in the morning, so I'm like, eyes nearly shut.
Yeah, there's a 15-hour difference between Neo and the East Coast.
But I was wide awake for that whole thing. And it was just like, I don't even think I slept for like another 3 hours after that show.
But that's a good example. It was organically. No, we didn't plan a fucking Hawaiian pizza match.
There was nothing planned about it. Everything came from the NCW community, the
group
chat.
I think Riley brought up pizza or something, and I said something about, someone said Hawaiian pizza, and he said he hated it, and I was like, let's put it up for grabs. I never said I didn't like it, though. Sorry,
Just wait until Riley watches this, learns that he got played.
I can't wait to see that video.
But the work you did as well, promoting it, the picture as well, remind me that I do have to set that up as a thumbnail for that video.
Yeah, as soon as the thing happened, I was like, man, a logo has to happen for this show. I mean,
and then sorry to cut you off, but I said The moment you made that, I'm like, that has to be the thumbnail for the Twitter account. The whole until the match happens.
And I haven't told Riley this either, so I was going to tell him behind the scenes, but I said I'll wait till you see. I was hoping he could make it here, but how can I fault someone who's on the road to go actually wrestle? But he made it so much fun. He was wild. He stuck with you. Big shout out to Riley. Was with you almost the whole 3 hours.
No, he was.
And I was doing stuff, getting ready for this and everything, and watching other things. And I was like, I'll come on right before the main event to have a piece. Yeah, I'm not an anchovy person. That's one thing. If you would have made an anchovy pizza, I might have been throwing up on the air here. Just too much salt and fishy.
Well, the way Riley hated that whole pineapple on a pizza, it's just.
I even said
just gonna make that video so much better.
PayPal you the money. I'll buy you the fucking pizza because I have to see him eat at least 2 slices. I
think we agreed on 4.
I've eaten 3 already. Angelita behind the scenes didn't really take it, but I know she wanted it really bad. So, and yes, this has blossomed. Thank you, Neo, into a Riley Palooza show here in LTD in February.
Yeah,
he's retiring.
Riley,
if you want in on it,
retirement show is going to be amazing.
So my retirement show, I talked to him and I was like, "Who do you want to fight?" And he was like, "Well, me and Count Z have history. We were a tag team." So he wanted to. I said, "I'll give you 1 match per month that you can pick, Riley." So he said, "I want Count Z in December." He said him and Shifty had a huge angle a while back. If you guys remember that, he wanted Shifty in January, and he's got tons of history with Korey Quinn. He said, "I want to close my LTD career fighting Korey Quinn." So it was only going to be 3 matches. Then in a couple Skype chats, we're talking about it. So now Atticus, Aiden, Dragonheart, Brooklyn Joker, Ripper, JW Caliber, and Radio Rex are all going to get to fight Riley on the show. We had Rexecution before where all Rex matches. Why not have Riley Palooza? I mean, how many times has he come on this talk show?
I'm surprised we're not on any hit list.
I told him, I was like, well, there is a male version for the game of Mrs. Utaker out there. And if she wants a piece, I told her, I said, I would not second guess bringing Mrs. U back for a match to fight him in that if she wants to. So the offer's on the table. And anybody else who wants to get their name in a hat, we might do like a Crazy 8 match or something to involve some more people, but we will celebrate. I celebrate you guys. He gave back to this channel. He gave back to this show with his energy, he did real promos by his garage, walking down the street and all kind of shit. So I thought, let's do it for him. Let's do Riley Palooza. So if you guys want a piece of that, drop it in my DMs, let me know, and I'll try to work in as many people as I can. We're not having 2 of them though, just 1. So when is that next Supercard, Neo? Do you know the date yet?
I did say in the chat that it's going to be like the 15th, 16th, or 17th.
So middle of the month, guys. Just make sure Neo Extreme Gaming, Neo Chaos Wrestling. Find him, subscribe to him, follow him on X. You'll see all the promotion. I promoted the fuck out of it. This is what I like to do. When this idea came up, I said I want to promote the hell out of this. So
and
like you said, you put it as the logo, the avatar, and everything. It's phenomenal. So I appreciate you, bro. That was a blast. And good luck defending that Blitzkrieg title when it comes around. I know you're watching to see who qualifies.
Good luck with you and that undisputed championship match against Riley Wolf.
I want it. Big shout out to Neo for joining us. And for really delicious pineapple pizza that I'll have tonight and probably during Red Zone tomorrow. Jake wants a piece of him too. So does Matt Outlaw. If I give everyone, who else in there said Gav wants a piece? Jake, Gav, Matt Storm. I'm going to give the people who were in here first the shot, but I'll try to work out a couple more. Pizzagate. You like that little swerve. I started thinking the whole time, I'm like, I never said that I didn't like pineapple pizza. So you're welcome. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Next week, we're bringing back the NBA and the NFL shows. Those who aren't on that show will be on different shows. So if you don't have if you don't like basketball or football, no problem. You're getting worked into the show somehow. The match cards are up. I might bring up the website to show them. But here's the NBA. I had fun making these arenas. And I know Clinton wants an ice hockey arena, but we'll see. The NBA arena, the NBA show is Tuesday night. The in-season tournament will be going on at the same time. I'll be talking about the Knicks and the Bucks in their knockout match in Las Vegas. And we have, I'll go over, actually, why don't I just do it? I'm here. Let's show. And I like show, because some people think I'm just full of shit when I talk about the website, but it does give you everything you need about LTD. So, the match card for tonight we'll talk about in a little bit. The NBA special, Raptors versus Raptors, Andy Price versus Jay Vulture. We got 5 Bulls fans, Clinton, R.A. Drum, and R-Man. Cavs versus the Kings, TJ Toad versus Bonedawg. Hawks versus the Magic, Paragon versus... I had to make a tough decision and have, because I had everybody on both shows. You either got one or the other for the most part. Riley's first retirement match. He'll represent the New York Knicks, even though he doesn't like basketball, against Count Z and the Celtics. Pacers versus Hornets. Nick Black is from North Carolina, so is Hunter. So I put them in there, and Cody's from Indianapolis. So it may not be their favorite teams, but that's where they're from. I was doing that too. Turmoil from the West Coast. So he will represent the Warriors. And he will take on Brother Chuck representing the Thunder. And then we'll have a Rumble with Logan, Rick, Nightmare, Jay Savage, Danny Wells, Marley Good, Big Daddy Beard, JW Caliber, J-Dog, and Jesse. The 8 winners will face off in a Crazy 8 match. And we'll show you the title belt here in a minute. That title belt will be transitioned into either a Crazy 8 or a Blitzkrieg title shot also. On Thursday, I'll be watching the Steeler game, hopefully winning, or I'll be pulling my teeth out. We got the Lions represented by Shadow Press and Kelly Mavericks for the Rams. Jake Bagwell and D-Train are going to fight over the Texans. Seahawks, Ripper, Spring Heel, and Shifty will fight each other for the Seahawks. Jaguars versus that's always a good game in real life. That's why I did this. Mark Caliber versus Jester. Brian LG versus Atticus Black, Panthers versus Panthers. A Falcons 3-way with Miles, Stanley Ward, Brooklyn Joker, and Wally. Here's a fun one. The Steelers versus their 2 most hated teams. Blade Charge, Steelers. Goes against Rob Machetes. Look, there's more than one of them. How about it, Machetes? Machete, Azrael, Cowboy John. I'm surprised Joker hasn't messaged me and tell me I spelled Machetes wrong. Against the Patriots and Dragonheart, Cowboy John, Azrael, the Cowboys. Oh, boy. And the Bills, Aiden Nightwalker versus the Buccaneers, Gav. Those 8 winners will face off against each other in the NFL Championship, and I'll show you the title belt. The Great Hall special next Saturday. Great Hall members versus the active roster. JD Ways, the Inferno versus Korey Quinn. Bill Haight versus Captain Danger. Now, a lot of the LTD guys are those who commented on the last Great Hall show. Captain Danger, Neo, etc. And then I added in the rest. Barabbas versus Mike Wasson, 2 big men. Scott Royal versus Neo Extreme. And there's Nightbot dropping the link at the perfect time of the site I'm looking over. Here's a family affair here. Mr. U-Taker going after Jeff Matthews. I don't know if that's the first time they fought or not. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Pete Wall versus Draven Doyle. That's the first time ever match, I'm pretty sure. Here's not a first time match. Old tag team partners, D-Train versus Matt Outlaw. Lord Amadeus returns to face John Breakdown, a former member of the Infected, the Maestros group. Mordrin versus Killshot. They fought in a chamber match the last time when we did Mordrin's retirement, but they're going to fight one-on-one this time. Enchanted Raven will face Cougar and Mrs. U-Taker, a mystery opponent. The Battle Queen special, we got NFL only. Angelita represent the Bills against Firestar for the Patriots. Shulkie, Shulkie is a fan of the Jets, but she's from New York, and the team's green. Come on. Tiffany, Skye, and the Jets. One of Meisha's challenge matches. I know Cassie is from Michigan, but her character's from New Orleans, so Saints versus Rams. Cougar Knight will face off against Whisper, Texans versus Texans. A Pro Bowl match with the remaining people for a winner. Packers triple threat elimination, Kelly, Hot Cheese, and Patti. Goddess, she likes some other team, but she's from Pittsburgh. She's representing the Steelers. Against LaShanna Brooks. We have Tennessee, Jen Richards versus the Falcons, Lady Devil, and then the winners will face each other. And the rest of the matches are yet to be determined. So that is that. We'll get to tonight's match card and a little more. It was so much fun to make this arena. The NBA arena. I finally got the big Titantron to go to the bottom. All you do is set it to the bottom and back out. Because if you try to save it, it keeps moving it up. So I finally figured out that if you lower it and just back out, it keeps it at the bottom. Because if you make it higher, you can't put a Minitron. So I just wanted to use this once or twice. All right. So I love that arena too. With all the logos on the side. And here's the title belt that you win if you win that. So I just created an NBA very simple belt with the same logos in the court. So the NBA champion, the winner of that show, that belt will be like a Money in the Bank briefcase. It'll be either Blitzkrieg, Crazy 8, maybe Internet. I don't know. It'll be for a title shot to be determined. I love it too. I love it too. I love it too. You're not in a match for me, for the Huskies, for NFL, NBA. Jeff, you're in a match. Oh, you're in a match. You're fighting Mr. U-Taker. So I think you should worry about that instead of any sports. Hey, not Triple Beat. I already talked to you. NEW's in the house. What is up? Great to see you. Austin Black, if you remember, former member of LTD as well. So a real quick job, but it looks cool. I do like the design as well of that belt. Then we got the NFL arena. Pretty much same concept. I just changed the stuff into a football arena instead football field. And I will be, like I said, those two streams next week, I'll be doing double duty. I'll be doing a watch along as well as this. I really wish I was already on PC because then I could do have me pop on, put the score up and everything. I might put it in the live chat or something. But we will simultaneously do Efed and NBA, Efed and NFL next week. It's going to be fun. And we tie it into the arenas and everything. It's just a different concept. Same idea with the arena as well. I hardly ever use the huge Titantron, so I figured it'd be good for the fields. I said duty. I did say duty. As a kissy little child. But I love dick humor anyway, and fart humor. The NFL belt, pretty much same thing, but NFL. The winner will wear it and then be able to cash it in for a championship. Same thing for the ladies. Long December, and there's reason to believe. I won't do the singing again, the old Counting Crows song, Long December. We did it last year. It was a Supercard. We're bringing Long December back. This one, I love this because of the color scheme. Light blue and yellow, which we hardly ever use. And I've never used that little feature on the top and right where the entranceway is. So two things that I've never used before. Little different type of arena, wintry. So ice around the ring, quote unquote. Watch your step. So the Long December arena, that'll be one of the super cards in the month of, and I can't wait to show you the last one. I always do a Christmas show. But this year, I had Christmas Chaos before, but I'm thinking about it. When I'm calling matches, I always say chaos and carnage, inside and out of the ring, right? And we normally do in a lot of our matches because we were originally a lethal hardcore style show. For CT, there's no Connecticut NBA team. What are you talking about? See, what's CT? I might have CTE after this show. It's taken so long. Connecticut, right? Isn't he from Connecticut? Anywho, just yeah, Santa. We'll do Santa outfits too. We'll have a Santa Crazy 8 match, and so forth. So Long December's one. So this one I just created: Christmas, Chaos, and Carnage. I think it fits perfectly. We're tying in the wonderful time of Christmas and blood, sweat, tears, guts, and all that good shit. I fumbled around with this arena a little bit, but this ended up being one of my favorite arenas. I put a Christmas background on the mat and the Titantron and then went against it. I've never used those sides or that top. And it's day one. It's real. I don't want anything WWE on my screens now. Some of those mini fucking Trons show the names instead of, I try to pick all the videos that are blank and don't have WWE names. So this is the day one video, but I made sure to use a Titantron and make sure the ramp and the sides don't say day one or WWE. But I really like this arena. I originally had the Christmas wreath that I have on the barricade on the Titantron, but when I took it off and put the black grungy background on, I thought that's even doper. So I really like this arena. Can't wait to fight in this one. Chaos and Carnage, Christmas style, coming up. And I'm probably going to do each of these at least twice to try to get our money's worth out of it. But simple, but also, and that Chaos and Carnage, that's 3 different logos. I found something Chaos and clipped the Chaos out. I found something Carnage and clipped the top out. And it was Merry Christmas, and I took the Merry out and edited the shit out of it. So like I said in the beginning, I'm a graphic designer. I could sit there and create stuff from scratch and take hours upon hours upon hours. Or, a little trick to the trade, find 3 or 4 different logos, mix them up, edit them a little bit, make them your own. And yes, I made candy canes to the poles on the outside, though. At the last second, I was like, wouldn't it be cool if the steel posts were candy canes? Nacho eats everything anyway. I mean, might as well make it tasty for him. Shout out to my man Nacho. So Christmas Chaos is coming as well. Long December. Oh, that's out of place. That's not even supposed to be there. Long December as well. And now we've had our almost apocalypses. And last year, we had a Supercard at the end of the year called The Apocalypse. One of my favorite shows of all time. Actually, every last show of the year has been phenomenal. I still remember Mordrin versus Shamrock in a December late show, which was so amazing. So I always try to pull out the stops. It'll be a mega card, maybe all the titles on the line, maybe the first 30-man Blitzkrieg Rumble title match in a while. So Neo, you might have to defend against 29 people. Big shout out to Coach Ed. What is happening? Catch Coach Ed and a bunch of the guys from the Hardcore Sports Network every Wednesday, 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern. We do the Pick and Roll podcast. We cover NBA. It's a great time. One of my favorite podcasts that I've done. Once again, things I never thought I could do. I'm just blessed to be able to call basketball, football, and wrestling here all the time. I appreciate it. Big shout out to Coach Ed, one of the best dudes here on the internet by far. Here's the Apocalypse Arena. This is one of the mini-trons I hate because the videos show the names of all the people instead of the blankness. So I'll get past that. Using the little bit of yellow mixed in with a darker red and black came out pretty cool as an Apocalypse Arena. The fire around the ring, you'll see a little better here, included with the logos of all 4 brands. And I use an outdoor arena because Apocalypse will be in Los Angeles. It'll be at the end of the year, but we'll be in LA, so the weather will be good. I try to stay true to that. Like, if it's in the middle of winter, I'm not going to have an outdoor arena match in Pittsburgh. So I try to keep it realistic. We've done tours. We've done tours of Canada. I try to keep it like this is what it would be. When we do our world tour, try to make it travel throughout the globe in a method that a real company would do because of money and fly into it. Like I wouldn't have us fly to Japan and then fly to, to New York. And, I tried to make it make sense a little bit. But this arena, one of my favorite ones as well. That's why I couldn't wait to show you guys these because I've created them. And big shout out once again to Mrs. Utaker before my stupid Pollock mistake of having the wrong uploader for like the last 2 months. I finally figured it out, but she was uploading images for me, editing some of the images to take out watermarks and stuff. She's done phenomenal work. She made me cry earlier and everything. I love her to death. She's one of the most valuable parts of this community for 6+ years. All right, here we go. One more again. Get your numbers in. I think this is the last one. Wrestling. I don't even need to really type this, but I do it. I'll probably spell it wrong. Wrestling Roulette. 0 through 36. Get your numbers in the chat. And I still got a couple people I got to bring on. We're going to talk about Andy Price's match. We still don't have an opponent yet. How are we going to decide his opponent? Stick around. We're going for a 3-hour talk show tonight. Fuck it. It's worth it. You guys are making this so much fun. It's my fault too for planning too much. I used to do that for WrestleSense. And then they're like, we need to keep this an hour. So I'll learn. I'll get better at these. Yeah, NEW, I was going to say Neo and nonstop too close to each other. All right, get your numbers in the chat, 0 through 36. I'm placing bets. I'm going all right down the middle. We must have a wiener. Who's going to join Wally? If Wally...
Green. Bets, please.
Oh, my God. The damn 00 finally hit. This is definitely the last one. Because we got 3 winners. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Joker. Well, you put it in twice. Okay, we got 2 winners. Joker and Leo Gang. Congratulations. You guys know each other, don't you? You guys know each other a little bit, don't you? Leo Gang and Joker, congrats. Send me, I'll get you in DMs. Leo Gang, I think I got you on Discord, I believe. All right. What do we have left? Today's match card. I know he's your brother. I was joking. Today, we finally got to it 2.5 fucking hours long later. Oh, I'm fucking parched. How am I going to call? The show's probably going to be 3 hours too. So, Hugo, I'm coming for your record, motherfucker. We may be 6. I'm not on 8 hours. I can't do that. Today's match card. Let's talk about it. First match. And we are focusing on, we're highlighting the M.A.D, the Stable War 13 champions. This is surrounded Instagram. Okay, that's where I knew I had you somewhere. Hot Cheese, a member of the Madness Asylum Disciples. We played the video in the beginning of what it is, what the M.A.D is. It was never supposed to be a stable. Me and Ripper started it. It was just a tag team. It was just a weird, silly idea. But we've added members. We help people revalue, educate, regenerate, just change and come back and maybe tweak their character. And the Madness Asylum has tons of great characters. And now they're a fucking stable by accident. They won, not by accident. They earned it. But the idea behind the M.A.D was anybody can be mad. Only some can be M.A.D. And that's those who have gone through the process, whatever that process may be, at the asylum. So Hot Cheese versus Patti will kick us off here tonight. Our second match will be part of the Meisha Ramji challenge. She's 10-10. She has, I think, 4 matches left or 3. And Krushing Kelly will represent the M.A.D. Match number 2. All right. Here's where I need your help. I am going to take 4 nominees in the live chat. They cannot be booked on this show. I'm going to take 4 nominees. You guys put your nominees in the chat. Then we're going to do a poll in the chat to see who his opponent is. Now, this is my discretion which one I'm going to pick. Put who do you want to fight Andy Price? JW, are you booked today? JW is 1. Neo, Gav, Clinton, Atticus has a match today. Clinton has a match today. Jeff has a match today. Aiden is in the Rumble. Trying to get people that are not booked today. All right. MSW does not have a match. All right, so I'm gonna pick 4 of these names, and then we're gonna vote. In my book, Killshot, Matt Storm. Yes, you're in the Rumble. That one. That one. I got enough, so I'm gonna have the let's see. On him. All right. So here's the 4. I'm gonna start a poll, and then you guys vote on the poll. By the time I get done covering the match card, we will then vote. So I have my 4. Who? Now, it's not in order. It's like I said, it's my discretion. And it's also those who aren't booked. So, and this is what I love to do. I mean, I could have easily just picked someone, you know? But to make, number one, you guys nominate, and then you guys vote. That just adds so much more to it, in my opinion. I'm just double checking to make sure these guys are not booked today. All right. Poll is up. We're going to take a commercial break, go over the rest of the card, and go from there. Man, I can't get 2 commercials in a row. We'll just do it for the Yeti.
Yes, bitch. Ooh, this my song. I'm about to do it for the Yeti, bitch.
For
You
the
better
Yeti.
fuck that
Oh, God.
shit.
For the Yeti. Oh, God. She gon' buzz it for the Yeti. Oh, God. She gon' buzz it for the Yeti. Now do it for the Yeti. Do it for the, do it. Do it for the Yeti. 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 She about to buzz it for the Yeti. She about to buzz it for the Yeti. It's time. She about to buzz it for the Yeti. It's time. She about to buzz it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti. Oh God. Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti. Oh God. Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti. Oh yeah. Do it for the
This is a recording.
Please hang up and try your call again. If you need help, hang up and then dial your operator.
We're sorry. The number you have reached has been disconnected.
All right. We got a couple more matches to go over and a couple guests to bring on to talk about what's going down. Gav, I think you shot yourself in the foot by associating with Rex. Not too many people are going to vote for you. Love you. I had to piss. That's what happened, Jake. Jeez. All right. All right. Andy, we're gonna let you know right now. It looks like it's Neo Extreme. He's got 47% of the vote. And I actually pulled up the match right now. And with 19 votes, it looks like you will be facing Neo Extreme today. I thought this was the golf. GIF. I know what you meant. Golf. The lowest score wins, huh? All right, so I am actually editing that match as we speak. Unless Kelly Mavericks gets a shitload of votes by the end, it looks like it's going to be Neo. I love the fact you can edit matches while you're doing it. Let me tell you, 2K doesn't have a bunch of things. Shulkie! I said evil Shulkie earlier today, too. Believe that? I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah. So unless there's more votes, which I doubt, with 20 votes and such in, it looks like it's going to be Neo. All good. Big props to everybody who's been a part of the show. We got a couple more matches to go. I'm disappearing. My green screen's been all over the place today. All right, so it looks like it's going to be Neo versus Andy in the mystery match. And I appreciate you guys for being a part of it. We talked to Shifty earlier today. Drum has been in the chat. Jester and Turmoil always checking out the shows. Matt Outlaw's loyal as shit. He popped in. Bonedawg checks out the replays too. This will be a great one. G6 title. M.A.D. versus former G6 champs, the Wolf's Den. That's all right. That's all right, Shulkie. If you want, I have some extra pineapple pizza. I've been waiting to bust that. I never said I didn't like pineapple pizza for a while. Here's a good one. Angelita, Whisper, Rose, LaShanna, Tiffany, Jen, Shulkie, and Selina. Shulkie, perfect timing. The winner of this match will face either Cassie or Goddess. Cassie holds the tap out princess title. Goddess has the final cash in for the M.A.D. That match will be probably within a week or two. And then the winner will take on whoever wins this submission elimination between all the ladies. That's going to be a hell of a match. Blitzkrieg Rumble title shot. Leo and Teddy, Korey, Redneck Avenger, Jamar, John Breakdown, Cody Hagan, Aiden Nightwalker, Logan, and Matt Storm. Let me bring someone on here. Jamar, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. What do you think? There's your match. 9 other people.
All of them are a piece of trash. They're a piece of garbage. All of them gonna get over the top rope, and I will be the winner. I'm sick of every single one of the competitors. Leo X, I hate your guts. Personally, I don't hate your guts. Corey Hagan, I'm sick and tired of you holding every single freaking title. Jay Breakdown, you're a loser because I beat you so badly. Cole, I don't give a care about that dude. Dame, Matt Storm, I hate your guts anyway because you get all the title shots and you added. Let's see. Adam Nightwalker. What kind of word I gotta say about him?
Be careful.
I don't really give a care about Aiden Nightwalker because he's crying like a little baby because I beat him before. So Redneck Avenger. Well, you could take your Avenger and you know what the rest of the word is. So I don't give a care. I want to destroy all single one of y'all anyway because this is my time to shine. Y'all already hold that title before. It's my time.
Jamar out here just to bash his opponents and tell them about themselves. All 9 of them. Why not? Hey, that's how you do it. There you go. See, Leo Gang's paying attention. He's like, you know what? I think Jamar versus Aiden might have to happen, and he has a match to book. So there you have it. Within the next week or so, they'll be fighting each other. Woo! Killshot says he's going to take care of you, Jamar. I love it. I love it. That's what's going to go down here tonight in a Rumble. I love that. The passion. Tag team championship on the line. We talked about it. This match happened before. Clinton and Count beat Azrael and Atticus and kept them away from the title. But these 2 M.A.D. members earned another title shot. Now they have another shot tonight to grab the gold off the Rebellion. Then we have 3 huge matches to close out tonight. First of all, I talked about the Great Hall. We talked about the Great Hall show coming up. So I do have a member of the Great Hall I want to bring on. I'm sure he's going to have some words maybe for Jamar, maybe for Killshot, maybe for the rest of the Great Hall, maybe for everyone. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Great Hall member, the one and only East Coast Bastard, Mordred Nightwalker.
What the fuck's up?
Sorry you had to wait so long. This has been a blast.
Hey.
You have a lot of talking points, basically.
Oh, do I ever.
You and Matt.
First off,
can we start with that one? You guys are in the one-on-one.
Yeah, on the positive note. Because trust me, there'll be a little bit of the old bastard coming.
Hell yeah.
I am honored to be part of this upcoming Great Hall show next week. Missed the last one. Travel things wouldn't permit me to be back in the States in time. But I am honored to be able to be in this one. Matt Storm, like you mentioned, we got to square off a little bit in the chamber. We didn't get as much time on there, but I've helped train Matt Storm. He's someone I consider a friend. But when that bell rings, Matt, friendship goes out the window.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people have talked about even my last run, there's people younger, faster. I got the solution right here.
Yeah, just because these people at the Great Hall are retired doesn't mean they're done being able to fight. Don't get it twisted, people.
So real simple, Matt. It'll be an honor. I said stuff that we got to do in the gyms behind closed doors. Now we get to bring to the public. Lace them up tight.
So your son's in a match today, and someone just had words.
Yes, he is. Yeah. And this is where the niceties go out the door.
Fair enough.
Because I get trying to talk up and make a name. I of all people get that.
Yes.
But you see, Jamar, when you talk, words have consequences. Like you've already seen, you've already talked yourself into a one-on-one encounter to get your head kicked into the 5th row. And when you talk, bring fact, not fiction. Because yes, you guys did beat Aiden in that tag match. You guys beat Aiden and Jeff. Congratulations to you. I see you didn't do much with it because you ain't got a belt. But there wasn't word one from Aiden about that match. So where you got that he cried, I don't know where that came from, because the only crying he did was when I put him through triples for the next week after they lost. But you see, you talk about people having opportunities before you. Maybe because when they get them, they win. You've been here a lot longer than most of the people in that match. You've been in tournament eliminators. You've been in qualifiers, and you lost every one of them. Aiden gets his first BLITZKRIEG title match. He walks out the champ. I capture my first title the first night out. My son Chance, his first world title opportunity. He's the champ. My daughter Cassie, first shot, first championship. See, because while you're scratching and clawing and talking about how you're going to do all these things, my family does them as routine. This is in our blood. This business is our blood. And we don't have to come on there and make up a bunch of shit and try to talk a bunch of stuff to promote ourselves. Our name promotes us. Because that's who we are. And you're fixing to learn all about it real quick.
Talk about poking the bear. I mean, like you said, I get trying to talk some trash, but sometimes you poke the wrong bear. And I know the apple doesn't fall far from the tree when it comes to Aiden. So I expect that one-on-one match and even this Rumble to be even more interesting now.
I mean, the Rumble, he's already got his orders. This is for a title opportunity.
Yep.
These don't come around a lot.
Nope.
Capitalize. When it comes to the one-on-one match, let's just say there'll be some extra instructions.
Ooh, red hot fire from Mordred Nightwalker as always. Oh, I got goosebumps. and I mean, points on both ends. I'll give both people credit. Mordred's going to put you in your place if he can. So will Aiden. Jamar also has to remember, Jamar and Wally have the next world titles, tag titles shot. So if you want to shut people up, Jamar, and have a response, you got to Rumble to win tonight, and you got to watch that tag team title match really closely, because you and Wally, granted, you earned it making it to the finals and winning that title. But like Mordred so eloquently put, and others have said, getting to the dance is only half of it. You got to be able to dance when you're on the floor as well. IW, good to see you, my friend. Welcome in. Before we go over the final two matches, I'm going to go back to the NBA show. I mean, we had the NFL show this Thursday. Speaking of Jamar's tag team partner, Wally, and Jamar could have been in this match too because he's a Falcons fan as well. We had to mix him up. So he'll be on the NBA show, the NFL show as well. But the bottom line is the opportunity for everybody to win the NFL or NBA title and cash it in for a championship opportunity. So this Thursday night, Joker, Wally, and this man will fight for the Falcons. Miles Stanley Ward's in the house.
Hey, what's up, Blaze?
Good to see you, man. How you been?
Not much. I've been at the movies seeing Godzilla -1. So yeah,
Ooh.
No spoilers about that.
No, good. So you're a Falcons fan. We all know that, and so is Wally. So is Joker. Not only being able to represent your team, but then to try to win that. All the 8 winners will fight in a crazy 8 match for that NFL championship. So, what do you have to say to Wally and Joker? You guys have same teams as fans, but you got to beat them.
Yeah, I mean that's understandable, but I'm just saying it right now. Wally, Brooklyn Joker, may the best man win and moves forward to the NFL Championship Crazy 8 match. Because me personally, I'm looking forward to become the NFL champion in LTD.
Yeah, baby. I love it. I'd love to give you guys a lot more time. This is almost 3 hours. I'm trying to get it over, but big shout out to MSW, Jamar, Aiden, Tiny, Neo, Triple Beat, Odds, everybody who's joined me, Bagwell at the beginning. My heart is huge right now. I'm going to go cry a little bit more and get ready for the show, but we got 2 huge matches and we got one more person to come on because this opportunity can't be taken lightly for 2 of the most decorated wrestlers in this company's existence. We're in the Battle Queen's existence mostly because ever since we had the Battle Queen title, Lady Devil has held it 4 times. Goddess is now a 6-time champion. 10 titles and that's not even counting the other titles. So I want to get the manager of Lady Devil's thoughts on this opportunity to regain that Battle Queen championship. What is happening?
Good evening, Blaise.
So LD's opportunity is here.
Yes, it is. And I got some words.
Shoot.
And I'm going to say them right now. We may have lost Thursday night, me and LD and Jen. But you really think that's going to stop us? You really think that all the doubters out there are going to see me fall or see Jen fall? No. Because I'll tell you why. I created LD. She went 12 years in this business. She started in WU. She won titles there. She came into DWS still as Satan's Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Won titles. Won the Battle Queen her first time in LTD in that tournament.
Yes, sir.
Then another time she won it back after Desert Rose beat her.
Mm-hmm.
The first match in the finals. She came back, won it back. And then she went on, won it the second time. Then she brings LD side back and goes on to win it 2 more times. So please tell me, who is the doubter now? Because I've done this. LD's done this. 12 years, and she's going to keep going until she's ready to retire.
LD, very well said. And the opportunity's here, and LD has made it vocally clear. We've seen the darkness come through Lady Devil. We've seen her prepare herself for being able to lose a match like the other night with her and Jen and come back and try to really capitalize on it. So it'll be very interesting tonight. Big shout out to Goddess. She was here to give her words as well, would even stir up the pot even more. So main event time. And I'm pretty sure I covered everything. I mean, it's been such a crazy show. We talked about Danny Wells and Jay Vulture making it all the way to the finals. Jay Vulture was awarded a lethal title shot, and he will face Matt Storm in the future. Logan Windsor, I haven't talked about him at all tonight. He's our triple threat briefcase holder for December. December has now started. He can cash in for a world title shot. He's next in line. Or maybe he cashes in tonight after someone wins. I don't know. He has an internet title shot. He'll face Azrael for that title. And he has chosen J Vulture and J Dog to go after the G6 titles, face the winner of tonight. Danny Wells defeated J Vulture. And now it's Danny Wells, the Lethal World Lottery Tournament winner, versus Blade Charge for the world title in our final match here tonight. Whew. 4 championships in the NCAA today. It's Championship Saturday. In LTD, it's Championship Saturday. We celebrate the Stable War champs, the M.A.D. I celebrated each and every one of you guys today. This has been phenomenal. This has been incredible. This has been emotional, but all in a good way. This is why I do it, to bring people like you guys together, have some fun, be silly, forget about whatever you're going through out there, and just have fun. I want to close it out with my little saying that I normally say at the end of shows. And yes, it's written down because it's so important to me to cover these. And it sums a lot of what we said today into one. I want to play a reminder. So I'm going to play one more video one more time for those who may have missed it. It's 30 seconds. And then I will do my final thoughts about everything that we've talked about today and what we're going forward. So pay attention. Big shout out to NXW. This is CAW Community PSA.
Many creators put many hours into their cause in hopes of attaining glory. However, things do tend to go wrong. Broken AIs, delayed ref counts, losing a match. All of these can lead to drama, which can spread faster than a corrupt ref's 3 count. But no matter what type of Efed you're in, no matter what the result is, always remember, it's just a video game.
Couldn't say it better than that, folks. Could not say it better than that. Shadow Press. There's the man. What is happening? So as we close everything out, as we've talked about everything, make sure you check out the replay if you're popping in here late. That little video sums up so much. And it's just a reminder to you guys that we are just having fun here. It is just a video game. But I want you to suspend your disbelief. I want you to get into your character. I want you to talk shit like Jamar did. I want you to come in and give us information and help us like Triple Beat Odd Solo Season did, talking about how you run your company. All the way back in the beginning, we talked about 6 things that helped me along the way. Group chats and live chats, having a roster process. Don't just hire people. Bring them in, find out who they are. I do background checks. Some of the very individual people that were here tonight, I'll reach out to them. Or if I see someone in someone else's company, I'll say, what do you think about this person? How are they in the chat? Are they loyal? Do they have time to come around as well? So I'll do background checks before we hire people too. It's not a simple process. I wish I could keep everybody. But if you are a showrunner, run it however you want. But if you have a group chat that helps control a lot of stuff, talk to people in your DMs, set up some angles and stories if you can. Pick the matches that you like the most. Try to avoid the toxic and drama bullshit. And doing those other things will help. Run your show however you want and put unity back into the community. But for my final thought, I just want to let everyone know my little closing that I used to say all the time. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Leaning Towards Death Wrestling. Brought to you by the Blaised Radio Network. Thanks for being a part of the show and hope to see you guys next time. But until then, keep in mind, people, the world may be crumbling around us, but life's about what you do with the moments you have left. So live every day like it's your last. You are exactly who you're supposed to be. Nobody's perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. It's about how you deal with those mistakes that really count. Be yourself and treat others the way you want to be treated. Considerate. Be considerate. You never know what someone's gone through or what they are going through right now. We all have our demons. We all have our crosses to bear. Make your mark. Leave your legacy here. No matter what ails you or what might be bringing you down, hopefully we can take it away just for a little bit. Make you smile, make you laugh, make you cry. This brings an end to this episode of LTD's Get Blaised Talk Show, but we're not done. Your limited temporary disconnect, LTD, in another sense, will continue with our show in just a few minutes. But remember this, we're all leaning towards death. Some are just a little bit closer. Peace and positive vibes to each and every one of you guys and gals and your families. Stay safe. Stay tuned to Blaised Radio. Hook, line, and sinker. And I'll see you in the streams. We got a hell of a show coming up in just a few minutes. So don't go anywhere. Look out for all the posts and everything that I say to tell you we're not going anywhere. We'll be right back. Get Blaised. Love y'all, and y'all just got Blaised. Get Blaised. Woo! Get Blaised. Blaised. Get Blaised.